Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the first of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Allen Americans. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Well, we were supposed to start, 7, but looks like face-off's going to be at 8:30 here this evening. In the first of a three-game series, it's a big three-game series, as the Grizzlies are just 2 standings points behind the Allen Americans for 4th place in the Mountain Division. That's important because the top 4 teams in each division make the playoffs. There's a little less than 2 months left in the regular season. And for the Grizzlies, these are big standings points against an Allen Americans team who played pretty good hockey last week against the Florida Everblades. And remember, the first 3 games of February, the Allen Americans came to Maverik Center and outscored the Grizzlies 18-4. Lucas Preek will get the start in net. They'll be going up against Luke Parasini when we come back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame show presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. We'll talk with Guy Chiarenza and get his thoughts on tonight's game as we're in business on a Wednesday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Seems like the speakers have a little bit extra juice here at Maverik Center. I got to feel both teams going to have a lot of juice. The Allen Americans had a really interesting travel story to get here. In fact, half the Americans were here since yesterday, and about the other half of the club just flew in, 2 hours ago here to the Salt Lake Valley. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, and that's why the game was delayed. It had nothing to do with the bad Salt Lake weather we had today. The road's going to be nasty. Guy, I think I'm going to sleep right here, maybe in section 114 after tonight's game. That's where we're sitting right now. But, Guy, you missed 4 games as you're off on assignment. Well, the Grizzlies picked up a standing point in all 4 games. In your absence, Dylan Fitz and Dakota Raby really took off and were a big reason as to why the Grizzlies have a standing point in 5 straight games. As obviously they got the standing point against Rapid City. They got a standing point in 5 straight games. They're a good hockey team. And the Grizzlies playing well coming into this one here tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, and the last time that these two teams met, I think the argument could be made that these were 2 of the hottest teams in the league at that time. I think that statement is still true. I think the Grizzlies have rebounded nicely from their bad start to the month, where I think they lost the first 5 games, and now they've finally found that rhythm. They went on that road trip and did really well towards the end of that trip. And so now here they are back at Maverik Center against the Allen Americans, and this time they're going to be looking for revenge, and they're going to look for something different, a different outcome, of course.
It's the top 2 penalty minute teams in the league. The Grizzlies have the most penalty minutes in the league, and Allen is in second. So I got to imagine, just like the first weekend of February, we're going to see a very physical series between these clubs.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those series where you kind of have to slug through it and you got to battle. And I think for the Grizzlies, the key is to just battle, but also keep your emotions in check. And what that means is I'm fine if the Grizzlies want to go out and play a physical game. I think they're going to need to do that if they want to win these games against Allen. But I think there has to be a certain level where you have to keep your composure. You don't want to take any stupid penalties to say. Just stay in your lane. If there's a chance to make a hit, make that hit. If there's a chance to fight, make that, go out and fight. That's fine. But you don't want to be taking unnecessary penalties where you put yourself in the penalty box and give Allen the advantage on the power play.
Cameron Wright is out of the Grizzlies lineup tonight. He took a hit to the head in the last game against Orlando in the second period. So Cameron Wright is not in the Grizzlies lineup. And Lucas Preek's the only goaltender here, as Jay Stevens, the local emergency backup, will be backing up Preek as Garrett Metcalf got called up to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers. He actually was loaned to Calgary I remember that was the team that he was in training camp with in the AHL, and I think made enough of an impression to where when they needed a goaltender, he was going to be somebody they were going to call, and that's exactly what happened to Garrett Metcalf. And certainly, well-deserved for a guy who played 5 games with the San Diego Gulls earlier this season.
Yeah, and I think losing Metcalf hurts, but tonight is going to be Lucas Parik's night, and I think he had a really strong showing throughout the course of the road trip. It seems like he's kind of rebounded from his slow start at the beginning of the year. He's starting to take form and become that elite goaltender that we know he can be. And so I think if the Grizzlies want to come away with a win here, it's got to start with Parik in net. Excuse me. He's going to have to stand on his head. He's going to have to stop whatever the Americans throw at him.
Lucas has won his last 3 starts, but not having Cameron Wright, the guy who leads all league rookies in shots, is certainly a big loss. But I think that you think about Dakota Raby and the job that he has done over the last 4 games. I don't think it's any coincidence that he was out 5 games, the first 5 games of February, and the Grizzlies really struggled. Dakota Raby returned to the Grizzlies lineup. He brought some speed and playmaking ability and the ability to just play a north-south game and really put pressure on the opposing team's defense. I think that's what he's really brought to the Grizzlies over the last 4 games.
Yeah, Tyson, I think in the absence of Cameron Wright, which is the Grizzlies' leading scorer, and you mentioned he leads all rookies in shots, this is a guy that's had a phenomenal season for the Grizzlies. Arguably has been their MVP so far this season. They're going to be without his services tonight, and I think a guy like Dakota Raby is really going to have to step up and fill that void. This is a guy that last time we saw the Allen Americans, he wasn't in the lineup. He was out due to injury. And so I think in this series, he's going to be an X factor, something the Americans hadn't seen before. So I think the Grizzlies are going to come away with the win. I expect Dakota Raby to be a big part of that.
Utah went 3-1-2 in the road trip, and they got a standing point each of their last 5 games. And really think about Raby stepping things up. How about Dylan Fitz? He gets his revenge game against the Orlando Solar Bears. On Monday night, he had 2 goals and 1 assist. And you think about Sunday, he had 1 assist. He had a Gordie Howe hat trick over in Savannah this past Friday, and Dylan Fitz has just really taken his game to another level.
Yeah, Tyson, I think ever since Dylan Fitz moved up to that first line, I really liked him on that third line, but ever since he moved up to that first line, he's really taken his game to the next level, playing with Penner and Pfizer. I mean, I think that might be the perfect fit for Dylan Fitz because now we see him scoring, we see him going to those dirty areas, getting those goals. He seems to be a jack of all trades. Whenever you need a clutch goal, Dylan Fitz seems to be your guy. And so I think for him to really take his game and elevate it right at this time of the season is huge for the Grizzlies. It's going to be great going down the stretch.
It's the Utah Grizzlies pregame show presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. And yeah, if the game's going to start at 8:30 local time, can we at least be on national TV? That's usually what you see when the Utah Jazz play a game around this time. Is usually it's on either ESPN or TNT or BYU and Utah when they play those football games. Pac-12 After Dark. Well, we got a little bit of ECHL After Dark here tonight, and After Hours will probably be the name of the post-game show. It might be a quick post-game report, although it's not like I'm going to go anywhere. I'm not going to drive home quickly after the game. In fact, I might just go to the suite over in Section 114 and fall asleep and call it a night, and then wake up tomorrow morning sitting in Section 114 and figuring out where in the world am I at right now. Either way, I think it's one of those things where a late start time, and for Allen, crazy travel day. About half their team arrived yesterday. The other half got in about 2 hours ago from the Dallas area. In fact, it looked like as of 4 p.m. local Dallas time, they were just taking off and getting to the Salt Lake Valley. So who really knows what's going to happen in this sort of game, as it's a crazy, crazy travel day. Tommy Daniels, who's broadcasted over 1,000 games, says this is about as crazy a travel game as you possibly see.
Yeah, it's been a really crazy day. I mean, not just for Allen, but for us as well. We saw a ton of snow in the Salt Lake Valley, and I hope everybody that is here in attendance tonight got here safely, and everybody around the valley is doing all right. But this game, I was thinking about this game earlier, and just the delayed time and the weather and all that. It reminded me of that game in New Jersey, 1987, between the Flames and the Devils, that the infamous 334 club game where only 334 people were in attendance. And so I thought we might see a game like that tonight. I think we see a little bit more people, but it's just a crazy day around Salt Lake. And fortunately, it looks like we're going to be able to play a hockey game here. And I'm just hoping for a really good game. I'm hoping the Grizzlies can come out and play with a little bit more urgency, a little bit more effort this time around in the series against Allen.
Allen really had their way offensively. They got some outstanding offensive weapons. And when we return to the Utah Grizzlies pregame show, we'll talk about the Allen Americans and those offensive weapons that they have. Remember, face-off's going to be about 8:30 here at Maverik Center as the crowd's still filing in here. And we got Utah Grizzlies hockey against the Allen Americans. Face off about 8:30 here in the Mountain Time Zone. We'll return and talk about the Grizzlies' opponent tonight, the Allen Americans, as the Utah Grizzlies pregame show presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott rolls along on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. We'll give you the starting lineups for both teams here soon. For the Grizzlies, they got Lucas Preek in net. And remember the last time he faced the Allen Americans, he got in a fight with Chase Perry, and that was at the end of regulation. Allen won the game 8-1, but the fans ended up going home happy. A guy that kind of covered up the fact that Allen dominated the three-game series. And for the Grizzlies, they have to respond, but they also have to find a way to keep Allen's top forwards in check. And you think about they've got like four of the best forwards in the league. You think about Colton Hargrove, who just had a 23-game point streak come to an end. Now, the 23-game point streak is the longest such streak in the ECHL over the last 7 years. So the Grizzlies are going to have to find a way to control Colton Hargrove, but it's not just him. It's Jack Combs, it's Hank Crone, it's guys like that have really been instrumental to the Allen Americans' attack.
Yeah, Tyson, you mentioned the weapons that Allen has. It seems to be a long list, as you mentioned. I think some guys to watch out for the Grizzlies in defense of Allen. You got to watch out for Jack Combs and Hank Crone. Jack Combs leads the league in goals with 28, and right behind him with 27 is Hank Crone. So got to watch out for those two guys. But I also think Liam Finley, I think the last time we saw him when we played Allen, this guy was all over the ice. He's a really quick, really shifty player, and he's really small. He's not very big. He's only 5'7", 155 pounds. So he's not a very big guy, but he moves around with a ton of speed. And so I think if you're the Grizzlies, you have to know where this guy is at all times when he's on the ice, because in the snap of a finger, he can make an instant play.
It really is. They're a top-heavy team, and it's Hargrove, Finley, Combs, and Crone have really gotten the job done for the Allen Americans. And it seems like after the last, first month and a half of the season, the Americans have gotten really good goaltending, and they got two goaltenders. Luke Parasini will get the start tonight, and his backup is Chase Perry, the guy that Lucas Preek fought at the end of the game on February 4th.
Yeah, Tyson, I think if the Grizzlies are going to come out and win this game, I think they have to score the first goal. I think they have to come out and they have to set the tone. Last time we played Allen, we didn't see that from the Grizzlies. The Allen Americans came out and they dictated the terms 60 minutes of every single game pretty much. So I think the Grizzlies need to come out and they need to play with a lot of speed, a lot of energy, and just play their style of game and really take it to Parasini to start the game. I'd like to see them get a lot of shots on goal, really get some guys in front of the net, make them uncomfortable, and see if they can get the first one.
I don't think you can underestimate the importance in the standings. I know it's just late February, and for both teams, it's game 50 of 72 in the regular season. But Allen is 2 points ahead of Utah for fourth place in the Mountain Division standings. And obviously, you got a 3-game series. You got 6 potential standings points on the line. And so for the Grizzlies, you know, find a way to get at least 2 of these 3 games. Get 4 out of 6 standings points, maybe even a sweep. You do that against Allen, it's 6 points not only that you gain, but those are 6 points that Allen couldn't get. And so that's what makes this series so big here late in February.
Yeah, Tyson, and you mentioned it's only late February, but the thing is it's late February. This is the time. This is the push for the playoffs. These last 22 games here, it's going to be huge for the Grizzlies, and they need to start winning more than they lose. And especially in a series against Allen, a team that you're chasing in the playoffs, you're going to see them 3 times here and then 3 times later in the season. But these are crucial points. I think at this point in the season, the Grizzlies are coming off that road trip. They've got some swagger. They've got some confidence to them to really come out and beat Allen maybe 2 out of 3 times, or hopefully 3 out of 3 times in this series would be huge going down the stretch.
If I remember right, Allen's power play really had their way against the Grizzlies in early February. Remember, for every Grizzlies successful penalty kill for the rest of the season, it's a Utah disaster cleanup successful penalty kill. UDK is the #1 provider of disaster cleanup services in Utah since 1974. UDK has been there for customers when they need us the most. That's Utah disaster cleanup. Guy, the Grizzlies power play and penalty kill units are going to have to be big here in the 3-game series against this high-powered Allen offense.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think the penalty kill really needs to step up. Allen's got the 8th best power play in the league, and for good reason. They've got a lot of weapons, as you mentioned before. The Grizzlies need to find a way to tighten up and really seize down on that power play for Allen and make sure that their penalty kill steps up, because we mentioned before that we know there's going to be a lot of penalties in this series. This is a physical series. These are rivals. They do not like each other. There's a lot of hate between these 2 clubs. So the Grizzlies penalty kill is going to have to step up, and on the flip side, the power play is also going to have to be really good.
Who's your choice for the Optum first school of the game? Optum is putting you at the center of everything we do. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. My choice for the Optum first school of the game is going to be, I put it on Twitter and I forgot what my choice was. I'm going with Andrew Nilsson. That's what I'm going with. I think it's going to be a power play goal halfway through the first period. Andrew Nilsson has 6 power play goals this season, 24 power play points. That's my pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Not only is it going to be Andrew Nilsson, but it's going to be on the power play. That's what my choice is for the Optum first goal of the game. Who are you going with?
Well, Tyson, that's a really good pick, but I think I got to go with Dakota Raby. We talked about this guy earlier, and since his return from injury, he's got 2 goals and 4 assists and a +2 rating. He's been fantastic ever since he came back, and I mentioned before, I think he's going to be that X factor in this game. He brings a lot of speed. He's a really shifty player. I'm going to go with Dakota Raby to get the Optum first goal of the game.
And Raby and Dylan Fitz are going to have to step up for the Grizzlies, and after all, Utah is without 3 key forwards. Remember, Cameron Wright is out of the Grizzlies lineup as he took that hit on Monday against Orlando. The Orlando player that delivered the hit did not get suspended by the league. Zach Sekos is also out of the Grizzlies lineup once again, and Johnny Walker is going to be out for the 5th straight game. Utah is also without defenseman Corey Thomas, and looks like there's also a slash near Victor Bartley's name, so I'm not sure. Bartley might not be able to go as well for the Grizzlies. Lucas Preek will be the starting goaltender. The backup is going to be Jay Stevens, as Garrett Metcalf was loaned to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So Raby's your pick for the Optum first goal. I am going to go with Andrew Nilsson on the Grizzlies power play. When we come back to the Grizzlies pregame show presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott, we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams. It's the first of a 3-game series as Utah returns home after a successful 3-1-2 road trip, and the starting lineups are coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Let's get to the starting lineups. First for the visiting Allen Americans, who have a record of 24-24-1 on the season. They've got an even 500-point percentage and 49 standings points. Starting in net's going to be Luke Parasini, who's appeared in 26 games. He's got a record of 13-10-1 with a 3.67 goals against average and 892 save percentage. The starting defensive pairing is Ryan Gagnon, who's a minus 25 this year. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists in 49 games. He's 6'2" and 195 pounds. He'll be paired up with Dalton Galley, who's 6'5" and 227 pounds. Galley with 5 assists in 30 games. Starting in net or starting forwards for the Americans, Jared Bethune, normally a defenseman, but he's playing forward tonight. He's got 5 goals in 46 games. Mikhail Robidoux, who leads their club with 141 penalty minutes. He's got 5 goals and 3 assists in 22 games. And Grant Hebert has 5 goals and 7 assists in 16 games. But also watch out for the foursome of Liam Finley, along with Hank Crone, Jack Combs, and Colton Hargrove. Hargrove wearing the captaincy for Allen. He's got a point in 23 of his last 24 games. He's just coming off a 23-game point-scoring streak, which is the longest in the league over the last 7 years. Scratches for the Americans. Stephon Fournier was acquired in a trade by Allen from Wichita, and he's out of the lineup. He was just acquired a couple days ago. He played many years with the Wichita Thunder. He's a big guy at 6'3" and 225 pounds. Stephen Bayless hasn't played in a game all year due to injury, and Aiden Brown is also out of the Allen lineup. Now for the homestanding Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 22-24-3 this season. They are 9-11 here in the friendly confines at Maverik Center, as Utah is making their first home appearance since February 4th when they lost 8-1 to this same Allen Americans team. Let's get to the scratches. Corey Thomas, maybe Victor Bartley. Victor Bartley might be a late scratch here. Grizzlies also without Cameron Wright, Zach Sekos, and Johnny Walker. Starting in net for the Grizzlies is Lucas Preek, who's got a record of 7-8. He's won each of his last 3 starts. He has 1 shutout, which came on December 18th against Kansas City when he stopped all 32 shots. He has a 3.32 goals against average and 906 save percentage. Preek's going to have to stay healthy this weekend, knock on wood, as Jay Stevens, who's over 50 years old, is the emergency backup. Garrett Metcalf was loaned to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers earlier today. Starting defensive pairing for the Grizzlies, Bryson Martin, who has 2 goals and 4 assists in 36 games. He'll be paired up with Kyle Pouncey, who's making his 45th appearance this season. Pouncey has 1 goal and 6 assists, 7 points in 44 games. Pouncey will be wearing number 23. The other defensemen we're expected to see tonight for the Grizzlies include Andrew Nelson, who's tied for the club lead with 38 points this season. He leads the Grizzlies with 29 assists. We'll also see Aaron Tho, who had a big assist in the third period against Orlando on Monday night. The game Orlando won 6-5. We'll also see James Shearer in the lineup. He's got an A on his sweater. He has 1 goal and 10 assists in 31 games. And we'll also see, trying to think about the defensemen that are in there. If Bartley's not going to be in the Grizzlies lineup, we'll see Pouncey and Martin in the starting lineup. Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain. How can you forget Connor, who's a +4 in his last 6 games? So starting defensive pairing is Pouncey and Martin. We'll also see the captain, Connor McDonald, along with Shearer, Nilsson, and Aaron Tho, and maybe Victor Bartley, as he's questionable coming into play tonight. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies, Keaton Jamison has 9 goals and 10 assists in 48 games. He'll be wearing number 12. He'll be paired up with Dakota Raby, who's got a point in 4 straight games. Raby has 8 goals and 18 assists in 44 games. And Vladislav Mikalchuk, who was pretty good in the last 3 games. Mikalchuk has 3 goals in a Grizzlies uniform and 4 overall this season. He also has 3 assists in 31 games. And guy Lucas Preek's going to have to be outstanding in net for the Grizzlies against this tough Allen American forward unit.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And you mentioned all the weapons that Allen has. You know they're going to be out. They're going to be out in full force. But Lucas Parik has played really well over the last couple of games that we've seen him play, and I think he's got I think he's got a chip on his shoulder, especially since the last time he saw Allen. Don't forget, in that game he did get pulled, and so he did have to return to the game after Metcalf, who replaced him, got hit with the misconduct. So Parik actually had to come back into that game, and then that's when he went and fought Chase Perry. So I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to have a good game.
Grizzlies are wearing the Grizzlies Fight Cancer jerseys this week, Friday and Saturday, but they're also wearing the jerseys here tonight. Allen wearing a red jersey with white numbers, a little bit of white mixed into a bright red jersey. When we come back in 90 seconds, we'll have face-off over here at Maverik Center, as it's nice to see live hockey in the arena for the first time since February 4th. We're back in 90 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line tonight as the Grizzlies taking on the Allen Americans. Utah wearing the Fight Cancer jerseys. The very, very long end to that national anthem there as the Grizzlies wearing the Grizzlies Fight Cancer jerseys all week long. Lucas Preek in net will be making his 16th appearance this season. Looks like Victor Bartley is a scratch, so the Grizzlies are going with just 16 skaters tonight as they take on an Allen Americans team. And Guy, top 2 penalty minute teams in the league. Could this thing get physical here tonight?
No, Tyson, I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when. I think for the Grizzlies, as I mentioned in the open, they have to keep their composure. I'm fine if you want to come out and play a physical game, but you have to do it the right way.
The referee tonight is Trevor Wolford. The linesmen are James McKenna and Andrew Collins. I'm pretty tired here this evening. As how many inches of snow were in Kearns? 16. It's insane. Luckily, we're able to make it here, and luckily the fans were able to make it here on a Wednesday night as the Grizzlies will be skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 114. Your mind's eye seat on YouTube. Allen will be skating from our left to our right. Grant Hebert will take the draw against Keaton Jamison. Allen wins the draw as Gagnon will throw it ahead to Robidoux. Bounces off of his stick as Jamison along the near side is run underway here at Maverik Center. Raby gains center ice. He gets poked away by Bethune. Mikalchuk dumps it in as he gets hit by Robidoux. That won't be the last hit that Robidoux makes today. As puck towards the right side, Mikalchuk shot. Pad saved by Parasini. Rebound goes to the left side as it's gathered by the Americans. As Dalton Galley gets hit in the corner, he'll move it ahead to Gagnon. Now to Robidoux at center at neutral ice. He'll dump it in. It was in Allen territory as the arm is raised by the linesman, and icing is called on the Americans 32 seconds in.
Tyson, I really like that shot there from Vladdy Mikulchuk. I mean, the puck kind of just trickled toward him, and he was in the high slot. And he just took a rocket of a shot, really tested Parasini early on. I think that's what the Grizzlies are going to have to do to get that first goal here.
Remember to go to the link there that was shown on social media, on the Grizzlies social media channels for the opt-in first goal of the game. Grizzlies win the draw. Andrew Nilsson in his first shift tonight throws it to the corner for Tyler Penner. Penner will drop it back to the corner that he vacated for Taryn Pfizer. Now it rolls towards Dylan Fitz, who will dump it in. Fitz got a point in 4 straight games as Nilsson with a shot. I got redirected, and Parasini makes a stick save. Grizzlies feed it across. Nilsson left point. I was looking for a redirection for Penner, and it goes wide. Sure, trying to throw it back to the corner for Fitz. Allen gets it. They ice the puck, and the arm is raised by the linesman, and the whistle blows as Allen has iced the puck for the second time here tonight, 59 seconds into the contest.
Tyson, the Grizzlies are buzzing to start this game, and I don't know if that has something to do with a little bit of jet lag for Allen on that plane. They just got off a couple hours ago, but the Grizzlies are really coming out, and all the play has been in the Allen zone so far.
About half the Allen Americans team arrived at the Salt Lake Valley about 3 hours ago, maybe. As Allen wins the face-off, they lift it in the air. It bounces at center ice, taken by James Shearer, and the other half of the Americans were here since yesterday. As Andrew Nelson gets it, he'll throw a left-wing pass to Dylan Fitz at center ice. Pass connects. Fitz dumps it in as he skates around Colton Sossaman. Sossaman hits Fitz as the puck rolls towards the far side. As Chris Malari, the former Grizzly, moves it ahead. Now at center ice. Allen will skate down the middle. As he'll skate towards the left side. Shot goes wide. That shot was taken by Colby McCauley, the Grizzlies killer. He's played well against the Grizzlies with both Allen and Idaho. Over in the far corner goes to Hank Crone. Crone's one of the best scorers in the league. He gets poked away by Strong. Strong throws it towards the far side. He goes off the board. Now Allen feeds to the right side. Crone gets it across, kicks ahead. Now McCauley will bounce it off of the creek, and it rolls back into the crease. As Allen's still at the puck, as Colton Hargrove, right wing shot. And a pad saved by Preek as the puck bounced off the glass and glides all the way deep in the Allen zone as Utah makes a line change. About 2 minutes into the game, still no score. Utah's taken 2 shots. Allen's yet to take one, even though that Hargrove shot probably should have counted as a shot on goal. As Chad Butcher gains center ice, number 17. He'll skate towards the right side. Toe drag shot saved by Parikh as Bryson Martin was in the area shadowing Butcher. As Jordan Martell, the Rooster, throws to Martin. Bryson Martin skates down the middle. Now lifted out to center ice. Bouncing puck corralled by Martell. Martell skates towards the right circle. Toe drag shot saved by Parasini. And the Allen goaltender holds on. But boy, what a move by Martell. Skated along the right side and just kind of toe dragged it towards the middle and then fired a shot. But unfortunately, Parasini made the save. But a really good move by the Rooster there in his first shift of the game.
Yeah, Tyson, that was a great move by the Rooster. And he had Cam Strong to his left, 2-on-1. Rooster called his own number and really took a great shot.
The Allen player got to 2 knees and good puck control by Rooster to get a look there in the slot as he was gliding towards his left. 17:34 left in the first. Grizzlies 3 shots. Allen 1. I think they did give Hargrove a shot there. They took on Parikh. As Allen wins the draw, we're still early on. Zachary Massicott feeds it to the near side. Liam Finley throws to center ice for Butcher. He gets back checked by Simeone. Now goes back to Liam Finley. Right side, he gains center ice, and he steps over the blue line. 2-on-3. Finley loses the puck as Kyle Pouncey skates towards his left. Now Pouncey gains neutral ice. He crosses center. Pouncey still at the puck as he'll bounce it off of Finley, who will move it ahead. It goes to Bryson Martin in neutral ice. Right wing pass to the Rooster. Across to Simeone. He'll gain the line, skates towards the left circle. Take a shot. Saved by Parasini. Rebound. Martin out in front. Puck sports towards the right side. Shot. What a save by Parasini. As Martell, the puck in the right circle, and somehow, some way, Luke Parasini made the save, and 2 Grizzlies held their hands on their head and couldn't believe it.
Wow. I think you're right. I don't think the Rooster could believe it. He had his hands on his head. He was just in disbelief. I mean, what a save by Parasini. I mean, the puck was loose at the top of the crease, and he somehow just gets over it and sprawls out to make that save.
Great save by the Allen goaltender. Utah's up to 5 shots here, 3 minutes in. Charge as the Grizzlies win the draw. Raby throws it ahead, but Allen takes it away. Andrew Nilsson gets a stick back as it laid on the ice as he retreats defensively at the Utah blue line. Allen crosses center. Robidoux dumps it in. Nilsson pushes Robidoux a couple times as Robidoux continues to play over to the left circle. Nilsson gets pushed in the back by Robidoux a couple times. Puck rolls towards the right, the far side is Mikulchuk. Gets pinned to the boards by Robidoux. Now it's taken back by Utah. Grizzlies get it across to Nilsson, who's now on the near side. He'll lift it out to center ice. It's gloved and dropped by McCallchuck. He'll feed it to the left for Raby. As Raby steps over the offensive line, he throws it towards the end boards where it's cut off by Dalton Galley, number 22. Now it rolls towards Gagnon, number 3. He's being shadowed by McCallchuck. Now Gagnon behind the net. We'll chip it over to the far side as the Americans. Galley with the long strides across the center ice. Now he gains the line and drops it off on the right point for Hebert. Hebert has the puck roll off his stick. Preek skates towards the near side. He'll tap it off the glass and goes back to the beard. Colton Sossaman. Sossaman's sporting a sweet-looking beard. He's got 195 career points. 5 away from 200 as he'll throw it to neutral ice. Now it goes back to Mallory. He's got an A on the sweater. Across to Sossaman. He'll move it ahead. Pass it, connect to McCauley. Linesman said it did. At least got his stick. As the puck rolls towards the near side, Grizzlies gather it. As crossing center ice is Fitz. As he'll gain the line, he'll dump it to the corner. Mallory takes it away. Now it rolls towards Hank Crone. Crone not very big, but he's very skilled. He crosses center ice, skates down the middle. Now he gains the line, but he's offside as Colton Hargrove won the foot race with the puck across the blue line. That's good in track and field, but it's offside, and you have a neutral zone draw here in hockey.
Well, Tyson, thinking back to a couple weeks ago, the last time we saw Allen, and thinking to today, I love this start here from the Grizzlies. It's much improved over what we saw a couple weeks ago. Grizzlies are buzzing, and as of that, they've got 5 shots to 1 against Allen, so they're doing a really good job.
You have to like the majority of the action's been in the Allen zone. As Americans win the face-off, they're at center ice. As Dalton Skelly dumps it in, not to be confused with Dalton Galley, as both guys' first name is Dalton. As Allen, near their bench area, will dump it in. Martin chases after it as he gets it off the end boards of Utah's zone. Now he skates down the middle. Martin feeds out to center ice. Pass bounced off of Cam Strong's stick of the Allen line. He skates towards the corner. Now Strong around the net. He was looking for a wraparound. He lost the puck. Allen ices it. Lucas Preek watches it. And no icing, though. Kyle Pouncey can't believe it as icing was waved off. Pouncey and Preek argue the case, but we play on. 14:51 left in the first and counting. Still no score. The Grizzlies have outshot the Americans 5-1. Pouncey skates down the middle. Now he gains center ice. Pouncey just continues to skate down Broadway. Now he veers off to the right. He'll take a shot. Saved by Parasini in the butterfly position. Simeone to the right side. Skates towards the point. Now he'll drop it back to the corner. Now back to the Rooster on the right side. He'll skate outside the circle. Now drop it out for Simeone. He's near the right wing boards. He'll take a shot. It goes wide as Martin along the left side feeds it to the corner. Taken by the Rooster. Is he trying to hit Simeone? It bounced off of Skelly's skate and rolls back to Simeone, who skates towards his right. He's now at the right point. He skates towards the corner and chips it around the wall as Martel to the left side. As Shearer out there, now he gets it to the high slot for Nilsson. It gets poked away. Liam Finley's got a breakaway. He skates down the middle. Finley will take a righty shot. Saved by Breaker. Rolls off his back and stays near the crease area where James Shearer gets it. Now turnover as they'll get it over towards the right side. Pass to the left for Combs. Pass goes wide. Now it rolls to the corner. Allen feeds up top for Gagnon, right side. Now to Finley in the right as Allen might have overpassed it on their last chance. As Combs skates towards his left. He'll chip it to the left corner as it bounces off the boards on one hop of the ice. As it rolls back to Jamison, who skates around the Utah net. Nilsson is hurt. As Nilsson took a shot up high, and we get a whistle. Looks like we got a high sticking as Andrew Nilsson. Is it going to be 2 minutes or 4? 13:34 left in the first. And going to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell is Grant Hebert. We'll see if it's 2 minutes for high sticking or if it's going to be 4 minutes. As there's a timeout on the ice, Grant Hebert is in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's #1 DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. It's a 2-minute penalty. Grant Hebert is in the box. Utah will be on the power play when we come back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Utah's on the power play for the first time tonight. 13:34 left in the first. Still no score. Utah's outshot Allen 6-2 as Grant Hebert is in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of penalty, 6:26 into the first. Draws to the right side, and it's won by Utah. Andrew Nilsson to the right, drifts it across to Raby on the left. Back up top for Nilsson. Nilsson will feed it to the right side for Pfizer. Pfizer with the right shot, he scores! Tyron Pfizer gets his 16th of the year with the power play tally as Utah has drawn first blood here tonight. Pfizer high-fives everybody on the Grizzlies bench. He scored quite a few goals like that this season. Just a snipe from the right side, just outside the circle.
Well, Tyson, I think that caught everybody off guard, including the Americans. I mean, the PA announcer wasn't even finished with his read, and Tyron Pfizer already had the puck in the back of the net. What a wicked shot from the blue line, and the Grizzlies get that first goal, up 1-0.
Pfizer gets the Optum first goal of the game. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. Pfizer gets the goal. Nilsson and Raby with assist. Grizzlies skate back in. Shot saved by Parasini. As Grizz had a good look, and it was Tyron Pfizer as they're back to live 5-on-5 skating. Pfizer near the Allen bench dumps it in. As Allen gathers it, Colton Sosserman. Time of goal, 6:36 into the contest. 10 seconds into the power play. Allen's Colton Hargrove feeds out the center ice for Sosserman, who drives it around the boards. Puck rolls towards the far side. Allen chips it to the corner. Crone centers to McCauley. Shot, and it's blocked by Shearer. Rolls to Kolatarski. He's playing forward tonight. He'll feed it across to Nilsson. Nilsson gains line down the middle, but he loses the puck. Chris Mallory battles with Kolatarski. Oh, it's going to be a penalty on Kolatarski. And Colton Hargrove with a big hit on Kolatarski. As all the referee saw was Mallory go down in the corner. Kolatarski was in the area, and the referee raised his arm. So it's going to be a penalty on Joey Kolatarski, the Estero, Florida native, who's still looking for his first point of the season as he looks up to the video board at center ice and tries to figure out what he did. But Joey's in the box for 2 minutes with 12:39 left in the first.
Well, Tyson, the Grizzlies penalty kill are out there now, and they're going to have to find a way to step it up. They had a little bit of shaky end towards the end of the road trip. They're going to have to be tall here against Allen. Allen's got the 8th best power play in the league, and you mentioned the weapons that they have. They're going to have to be sharp here.
Colton Hargrove will take the draw against Keaton Jamison. Hargrove this year has 27 goals and 24 assists in 43 games. Grizzlies get it, and they'll lift it out to center ice, taken by Liam Finley, who will skate back into his own zone. Finley will glide behind Allen's net. Holdings a call on Joey Kolatarski, 7:21 into the contest. As Chris Mallory, the Penn State native, Penn State product, third-year pro, as Liam Finley gains center ice. Now he steps over the line, as he'll skate towards the right side. He's very, very quick. He'll throw it up top for Mallory. Now across to Hargrove, right side. He'll feed it to the goal line for Combs. Back to Hargrove. Now he gets up top to Mallory. Now to the right side as Chad Butcher skates in, throws it to Finley down the middle. Now Hargrove, I tried to feather it out in front to Jack Combs. It's picked off by James Shearer. Will ricochet off the glass, and it goes out to center ice. Allen, maybe for the second time, they're just overpassing things after a good look in the right side. Finley crosses center ice. He glides the puck a little bit too far. Now Utah gets it as Cam Strong skates to the left side, gets around Crone. Now Strong, left side. He'll take a shot. Saved by Parasini. It's going to be a penalty as Chris Mallory dragged down Cam Strong. As Mallory touches up. 11:34 left in the first. So Chris Mallory's going to the box. I imagine it's going to be a holding call. So he just dragged down Cam Strong, who got around Hank Crone. They tried to get around Mallory. That's what speed of Cam Strong. That's what really the speed that Cam Strong brings to the table is drawing those penalties. It's tough to keep in front, stay in front of him.
Yeah, Tyson, and you mentioned that speed that he has, but he also just finds a way to muscle to the net. He really drives the net very well, and when he does that, he either scores or he draws a penalty like we see here.
Utah's outshot Allen 9-2. It is a holding call on Chris Mallory, so each team's number 4 is in the box, and both of them got holding minors. As the Grizzlies to the left side, Aaron Tho, number 28, gets it to Tyler Penner. Penner skates towards his right, the Grizzlies Iron Man. As he'll roll it back to Tho behind the net. He lets it go to the far corner, taken by Colby McCauley. As we're skating 4-on-4 for 38 seconds, and the Grizzlies will have a power play after that. As it rolls towards center ice, taken by Dylan Fitz. Fitz tried to dump it towards the middle. Dalton Skelly gets it. As they'll move it ahead to Massacott. Zachary Massacott, a big guy at 6'5", 220 pounds. So cross center ice. Now he gains the line as McCauley gets poked away. Now it rolls to Chad Butcher on the right side. As he switches places with Massacott. Now Butcher skates back towards the right point. As he'll feed it to Massacott on the left side. He'll drive it towards the net. And the puck bounced off a stick and flies out of play. 8 seconds left in the 4-on-4 before Utah has a power play. 10:47 left in the first. Utah leads 1-0 as Tyron Pfizer scored his 16th goal of the season. Andrew Nilsson with a power play assist. That's his 17th power play assist of the season, and Dakota Raby extends his point-scoring streak to 5 games. He also got an assist. Draws the right side, won by Allen. They'll take a shot, saved by Preek as it was a lefty blast. As rolls back over to Dalton Galley, feeds it across to Hargrove, but he couldn't handle it. Grizzlies are back at full strength, and now they start the power plays. Pfizer skates towards the left circle. I tried to center it and bounced off an American stick. It's behind the net. Galley gets held up Galley holds up Pfizer along the boards. Gagnon battles as Raby pushes it towards the right wing boards. Nielsen gets it. Andrew winds and fires. Got redirected by Jamison. Stick and rolls wide as it bounced off the end wall as Allen gathers it and clears it all the way towards Lucas Preek. Allen makes a line change. The Grizzlies skate from right to left as Nielsen throws it back to Pfizer. Has already got a goal tonight. Left wing pass to Raby. Dakota gains the offensive line, trying to get it to Jamison down the middle. Pass goes wide of the mark as Sossaman will get it taken away by Pfizer. Bounced off a Raby stick, and Allen gathers it in the slot, and they clear it out. 15 seconds left in the Utah power play. It's an abbreviated one as the Grizz make a line change as Martin moves to the right side for Martell. He'll gain the line, trying to throw it to Strong, but the pass is behind him. Allen backhands it high in the air. It's gloved by Martin and dropped in the Grizzlies zone as Chris Mallory will move it ahead. Mallory started his pro career with the Grizzlies for the first half of the 2020-21 season. Raby to the left side, gets around to Skater, and it's Finley. Over to the left side for Strong. Back to Raby, over-skated it. Now Finley will lift a left wing pass. It bounced over the stick of Jack Combs. James Shearer will move it ahead for the Grizz. Martell lifts it as it bounces towards the left of Parasini. Grizz make a line change. 9-11 and counting left in the first. Utah leads 1-0 on a power play goal by Taryn Pfizer. The Grizz have outshot the Americans 9-3. Liam Finley crosses center ice right wing. He'll step over the blue line. He'll drift it across to Combs. Now back to Finley, who's near the boards. Over to the corner for Combs. He gets it poked away by Simeone. Now Combs back towards Finley. It goes past him, rolls towards the blue line. He'll fire towards the net, and it bounces off the Maverik sign behind Lucas Preek. This goes back to Combs. He'll feed a centering pass connected. Butcher fanned on a shot, and Strong takes it away. He'll move it ahead to the captain, Connor McDonald. Connor's a +6 in his last 4 games. He'll skate towards the slot, gains the line, takes a righty shot, and it goes wide. As puck bounced off of Dalton Skelly's stick. Rolls back deep in the corner as Grizzlies in the offensive zone to the near side. McCallchuk skates towards the left side, now up top for Nilsson. Nilsson to the right, skates towards the middle, take a lefty shot, and it goes wide as it bounced off an American stick. As Allen back in the near side. Butcher feeds it across to Mallory, who gets it off the boards as Allen switches up forwards. Dalton Skelly to the right side, gets it from Mallory. He'll skate north-south to the right wing. Now McCauley crosses center ice. Colby's his first name. He'll skate in, but good job by the Grizzlies redirecting him to cause an offside as they messed up the timing on the play. And guy, it looks like the Grizzlies' defensive unit's been on point here so far.
Yeah, Tyson, they played really well to start this game, although you did mention earlier on that the Americans maybe did one too many passes. I can count maybe 3 that I remember where they did that. They had a wide open net, and they just elected to pass instead of shoot. But you got to give credit to the Grizzlies' defensive system. They played really well so far.
Draw near Utah's bench at neutral ice, and it's won by the Grizz. Andrew Nilsson with 1 assist already tonight. Skates towards the near boards. Feeds a blue line to blue line pass. Tape to tape. Dylan Fitz gets the left wing. Take a shot. He scores! Dylan Fitz gets his 13th of the season as the Grizzlies are taking a 2-0 lead. Dylan Fitz stays red hot after a 2-goal and 1 assist performance on Monday night against Orlando, and he scores Utah's 2nd goal here tonight. He just ripped it over the right shoulder of Luke Parasini.
Yeah, Tyson, I don't think anybody on the Grizzlies team has more confidence and more swagger right now than Dylan Fitz. Just what a shot over the shoulder of Parasini. There was not a lot of room there for him to make that shot and put it in the back of the net, but he found a way. The puck had eyes. 2-0 game.
Dylan Fitz extends his point-scoring streak to 5 games. Andrew Nilsson and Keaton Jamison with the assists. That's 2 assists tonight for Nilsson. He leads the club now with 12 multiple-point games this season. Grizzlies are buzzing. They cross center ice on the game, the line right side. They'll take a shot and it goes wide. Bounce off the glass and off the protective netting. So we get a whistle with 7:41 left in the first. And for Keaton Jamison, it's his 11th assist of the season.
Well, Tyson, I think this start right here, this is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Grizzlies. You had a bad timeout last time against Allen. Okay, you needed to come out with a lot of energy and get the first couple of goals against Allen this time around, and that's exactly what the Grizzlies have done.
Jamison will take the face off. He's got Raby to his left and McCallchuk to his right. Up top is Pouncey and Martin. As Allen wins the faceoff, they drift over to the right side. Pouncey trying to find McCallchuck, and it's taken away. As the Americans skate north-south, Mikel Robidoux. As he'll skate towards the right side in the corner as he gets around Bryson Martin. As Hebert looked to center and bounced off the stick of Martin, rolls towards the right wing boards. As Grant Hebert throws it up top for Gagnon. He fires into traffic, and it's blocked about 10 feet in front of Perique. Whistle blows. The puck exited the blue line before Gagnon took the shot. So offside are the Americans with 7:19 left in the first.
Well, Tyson, I think Lucas Perique has had a really solid start to this game. He's only seen 3 shots, but you got to remember one of those was a breakaway attempt for Liam Finley, and he shut him down. So Perique has had a really good showing so far.
Christian Simeone to the left side. Cam Strong will take the draw. And Jordan Martell to the right wing. McDonald and Tho, the defensive pairing, as the Grizzlies have played well so far. They lead 2-0. Allen wins it. Neutral zone shot. And Perique gets it on one hop of the ice. And he'll cover up. 7:13 left in the first. But how about Andrew Nilsson? Already 2 assists tonight. 12 multiple-point games for him this season. He leads the club with 31 assists, which is among league leaders in defensemen in the league.
Yeah, Tyson. And he also is close to being the team leader for leading in points.
Well, he is now. He's got 40 points,
now.
and Cameron Wright's out of the lineup. So he was tied with Wright with 38 points coming into play tonight, and Nilsson now has passed him. Wright can't do anything about it tonight. He's out of the lineup. Grizzlies skating into the offensive zone. Martell tries to feed it out in front to Strong. It's picked off by Parasini. The whistle blows with 7:02 left in the first. But it's not just that the Grizzlies are leading 2-0, but it seems like they're really controlling the action here in the first 13 minutes.
Yeah, Tyson, and just to add to that, I feel like I've been looking to my left this entire time. And to my left is the Allen zone, which is where most of the game has been played. And I think if you're the Grizzlies, this is exactly the type of game you want to play. You want to be dictating the terms. You want to be putting the offensive pressure on Allen. The shots are 11-4, and the Grizzlies have done a great job of pressuring the Americans so far.
Draw on the right circle. Grizzlies wearing the Grizzlies Fight Cancer-themed jerseys this week as Allen wins the face-off. They ice the puck. Sure skates over there. And no icing on the play. It's the second time they waved it off when it could have been called. Nilsson over the near side, feeds it ahead as Pouncey will throw it towards Fitz. And now Pfizer looked to start to Shearer, but the pass was ahead of him. Shearer gets it back in the right wing as Pfizer dumps it back to the corner. Penner gets it up top for Nilsson. Nilsson gets around Liam Finley. Now fires towards the net, save. Grizzlies hacking away with Fitz. He got held up by Butcher. Good play by Chad Butcher, or else Fitz could have had his second of the game. But Dylan Fitz has been unbelievable over the last 4+ games. James Shearer back at the Utah blue line, moves it ahead. Fitz gets it in the left wing and dumps it in. It bounced off the stick of Scally, who gets it. As the Americans, 2-on-2, they cross center ice. They gain the line. Butcher drops off for Combs. Take a shot and it goes wide. As he fanned on it, I think a Grizzly stick got in the way. Fitz fanned on the pass. He tripped over the linesman, loses his stick. Now Allen gets it. Hank Crone skates towards the right circle, gets around the net. Crone to the left side as Fitz back on his feet with his stick. Left point, as Mallory takes a shot and is blocked by a Grizzly stick, rolls back to Jack Combs. He skates towards the right point, gets to Mallory. Left circle, now he feeds it to behind the goal line as Hank Crone to the right side, drops it off for Hargrove. He feeds it towards the net as Sossman is cutting across, takes a shot that goes wide. Allen gets to Mallory down the middle, shot. That one goes wide as well, and the lefty blast. Now right side, Sossman towards the net, saved by Perique. Rebound to the left side. Now Hargrove feeds it across to Hank Crone. Take a shot. Saved by Perique. Rebound to the right corner. As Crone gets up top for Sossman. Trying to get it back to Crone. He got hit by Bryson Martin. Couldn't accept the puck. Now Crone gets behind the goal line. He chips it out in front. It rolls to the left point. Now Hargrove gets up top for Mallory. He's all alone. Now he feeds it to the left corner. As Allen tried to get it across. It bounced off of a Grizzly. I think that was Kyle Pouncey. Towards the right corner. Jack Combs goes it back up top for Sossman. He'll take a shot. Pad saved by Perique. Grizzlies gather as Dylan Fitz will lift it high into the air. Almost hit the video board. As the Grizz make a line change, Parasini will watch it. No icing. As Sossman back behind his net. And with the 8:30 start, we certainly appreciate negating all those icing calls. It's over to the right side for McCauley. As Hargrove gets hit by Tho. As Jamison gathers it, would have been a delayed offside on Allen if Allen played it. As Jamison, rink-wide pass doesn't connect to Raby, and the whistle blows as Utah's called for icing with 4:37 left in the first.
Well, there we go. You jinxed us. We got that icing. But you mentioned that the Grizzlies are doing a good job defensively, and they really are. And the one thing that they're doing that is noticeable to me is they're getting a lot of block shots, but they're also getting sticks in front of pucks. I mean, every time it seems the Americans try to make a pass or try and shoot, the Grizzlies are there. They get a stick on it and send it going the other way.
Draws in the far circle of the Grizzly zone. Utah wins this. Connor McDonald Gets across. Now Raby will backhand it out to center ice, taken by Jamison. He'll glide towards the right circle. The righty shot and it goes wide. Robidoux got a stick in the way. A lot of deflections by Allen and Utah here in the first period. 4-on-2. Allen gains the line. Hebert chips it over. Now looking for a centering pass. McDonald dives and denies the centering pass. Great play by the Grizzlies captain. Raby crosses center ice and dumps it in. Tho chases after it. Now Tho will skate towards the bench. Make that Cam strong. Puck rolls towards the far side as Allen gets out to center. Robidoux crosses center. He gets hit by Strong. Robidoux gets blasted by Andrew Nilsson. Now Robidoux throws a left punch at Nilsson, and the referee spotted that. Robidoux's heated. Now he pushes Nilsson again. Robidoux lost his cool, and he's going to go to the penalty box with 3:55 left in the first.
Well, Tyson, this is exactly what I was talking about in the open. You got to remain composed. Robidoux didn't, and Nielsen did.
Timeout on the ice. Utah leads 2-0. As Taran Pfizer and Dylan Fitz have Utah's goals. Andrew Nilsson has 2 assists. He made Mikhail Robidoux lose his cool. Grizz are on the power play for 2 minutes when we come back on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
16:05 into the first period. Mikhail Robidoux gets 2 minutes for roughing as he lost his cool on Andrew Nilsson. He's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Have you or someone you know been in charge of the DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Calling it Utah's #1 DUI defense team, Rogers and Russell. Well, Robidoux disregarded the letter, and he's now in the box. 2 minutes for roughing. 3:55 left in the first. Utah's up 2-0. Allen wins the faceoff. They drifted along the boards. Goes into the Grizzlies zone. Chasing after it's Young. As Nilsson in the area. As Nilsson and Young skate towards the far corner of the Grizzlies zone. As Young loses it. Nilsson skates around Allen's net. Good effort by Justin Young, though, number 28, as Nilsson throws the neutral ice for Jordan Martell. He'll gain center ice down the middle. Now drift over towards the left wing boards for Raby, who dumps it in as Raby avoided a check of Jared Bethune. Allen gets the puck as the Grizzlies retreat to neutral ice as the Americans will throw up, but Raby keeps it in left side. Raby skates towards the corner. Great play by Dakota Raby. Gets over to Jamison. Gets around everybody looking for a shot, and it goes wide. Jamison gets to the near goal line for the Rooster. Now up top for Nilsson. Across to Pfizer. Now Nilsson. Back to Pfizer on the right side. He'll get it across to Martell. Martell fires towards the net. He got blocked by Mallory and rolls towards the right point. Raby on the right side. Up top for Nilsson. Nilsson to the left. Surveys. Now throws it to the high slot for Pfizer. Now to Raby on the right side. Raby gets it back to Pfizer. He skates towards the right point as Pfizer throws it behind his back for Nilsson. Nilsson in the left point. Gets it poked away by Finley. Nilsson battles with Finley along the boards. As Nilsson throws it towards the middle, picked off by Sauceman. He'll clear it out. Finley gets it. He has a breakaway. Skates down the middle, take a shot. Saved by Parikh. That's the second time Finley's had a breakaway in the first period. Parikh denied him both times. Grizzlies with a rink-wide pass. It deflected off of Jamison's stick. Now it goes to Allen. As Hargrove feeds it across, and looks like he sailed it across and into the Grizzlies bench near the emergency backup, Jay Stevens. As if you didn't hear the news earlier today, goaltender Garrett Metcalf was loaned to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers.
Tyson, Liam Finley, second time he has a breakaway, and Parikh again stands tall and is up to the task. He stops him again. What a start here for Lucas.
He has seen 6 shots, and he saved them all. Grizzlies have 13 shots here in the first period. Utah leads 2-0. As Allen wins the draw left side, and they sell it all the way towards Lucas Parikh. Parikh behind his net gets it. As he dances around, now he gets over to Bryson Martin. Martin skates down the middle. He'll throw it to the right side for McCallchuk, who gains center ice. Kicked away by Massacott. To move it ahead to Hargrove. Hargrove one-on-one with Martin. Hargrove along the far boards gets pushed by Martin. As Hargrove throws it across to Gagnon, right side shot. Saved by Parikh in the butterfly position. Robidoux's out of the penalty box, and he skates towards the bench. Strong will bounce it off an American. This goes out to neutral ice. Hargrove, the captain, skates towards the right side. He'll drop it off for McCauley. Right side will take a shot, and it goes wide. So tried to go glove side on Parikh. Hargrove over to Hank Crone. Back towards Hargrove on the left side. Backhand shot saved by Parikh. He throws it to the right side. Hargrove gets it back. Hargrove to the right circle. As looks like the net got dislodged with 1:28 left in the first. Lucas Parikh put both hands in the air and said, I didn't do anything, I swear. So they put the net back in place with Utah 2-0. Parikh will skate towards the bench. And it looks like the equipment manager, Mason Whalen, is going to work on Lucas Parikh's helmet. That's a quick adjustment as Parikh goes back in net. During the first intermission, Guy Krenz will recap with the first 20 minutes of play, where Dylan Fitz and Dakota Arabia each extended their point-scoring streak to 5 games. Right side, Dalton Skelly gets it. Shot saved by Parikh as Allen won the face-off, and Skelly had a good look from the right point as Cam Strong make that errant throw, throws it across to McDonald. He'll feed across as almost hit Penner in the head. Luckily it didn't as it rolls deep in the Allen zone as Skelly throws it across. Grizzlies gather it, looking for a centering pass for Simeone. It's picked off. Good defensive play by Dalton Skelly as the Americans move into the offensive zone, left circle. McCauley shot and it goes wide as the puck bounced off the glass and bounced into the right circle. Hank Crone will take a lefty shot, saved by Parikh. The shot was taken near the blue line. Now up top for Skelly. He'll feed it back to the corner as McCauley gets held up by McDonald, and they're going to call a penalty. Kobe McCauley tried to get around Connor McDonald, and McDonald held him up. So Allen's going to go on a power play with 44.5 seconds left in the first. The Grizzlies captain is going to serve 2 minutes for holding here late in the first period.
Well, Tyson, the Grizzlies' penalty kill has been good so far in this game, and the defense has really had a strong showing tonight. They have to keep it up again if they want to keep Allen off the board.
Allen's taken the last 4 shots of the contest. It's now the Grizzlies 13 shots and Allen 10. Utah leads 2-0, 44.5 seconds left in the first, as it's the third holding call we've seen here tonight. The 2 number 4s, Cole Atarsi and Chris Mallory, got holding minors, and now Connor McDonald gets 2 minutes for holding here late in the first period. As a draw won by the Grizzlies, as Bryce Martin will clear it out. Looks like Martin's played a pretty good first period, as the Grizzlies going with 16 skaters, as Victor Bartley was a late scratch. Utah's also without Cameron Wright, Zach Sekos, Johnny Walker, and Corey Thomas. As Chris Mallory gains center ice and drops it off for Finley. Finley's got great speed. He crosses center ice. He'll chip it over to the left side. It bounced off the stick of Crone. Rolls back towards the left corner. Cut off by Utah behind their net. Grizz spinning along the near boards. Hargrove couldn't keep it in as the puck rolls towards Parasini. Grizzlies don't make a line change. 10 seconds left in the frame. As Crone crosses center ice, skates down the middle. Now he gains the line, and the Americans are offside. Crone just skated down the middle, had a good look, but looked like somebody for Allen was a little bit too anxious to enter the offensive zone with 5 seconds left in the first. In all seriousness, it seemed like Bryce Martin's really played an outstanding first period, making quick decisions and really doing some good things. Allen wins the draw. They feed it to the right side for Finley, and the Americans once again are offside with 1.6 seconds left in the first.
Well, they really don't want to go to the locker room, do they, Tyson? You think that they would after they just got off the plane just a couple hours ago. But really, this first period has been dominated by the Grizzlies for the most part, and they've had a really strong showing to start this game. I'm impressed.
And the draw, a new Trice rolls into the Grizzly zone, and that will do it for 20 minutes there at Maverik Center. As Taryn Pfizer scored a power play goal with Dakota Raby and Andrew Nilsson getting the assist. And then Dylan Fitz made it a 2-0 game as he scored from the left side, 12:08 into the contest with Keaton Jamison and Andrew Nilsson getting the assist. So Nilsson has 2 assists, and Dakota Raby and Dylan Fitz each extend their point-scoring streak to 5 games. I know it's a modest streak, and it's not quite Colton Hargrove's 23-game streak. Dylan Fitz and Dakota Raby have been outstanding. Good first period by Bryson Martin and Lucas Parikh. Stopped 2 Liam Finley breakaways in the first frame. Intermission is just going to be 15 minutes instead of 18 minutes. Thank the man upstairs as we started an hour and a half late, but the Grizzlies got here on time, and so did the Americans. Utah leads 2-0. We'll have Guy Krenza recap the first period when we come back in 2 minutes. Once again, the score, Utah 2, Allen 0 after 1 period here on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, You always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Rocket Man being played here at Maverik Center. Great song by Elton John. Utah leads 2-0 as he got goals from Tyson and Dylan Fitz. Guy, what happened in the first 20 minutes of play?
Well, Tyson, only an hour and a half after the expected start time to the game, we got underway. And, man, it's been a great one so far. To anybody that's not here or couldn't make it, I feel bad for you because this one has really been a fantastic game. Started out with Grant Hebert going to the box for Allen, 6:26 into the first period. There was a high sticking minor on Andrew Nielsen. Well, Andrew Nielsen, he took offense to that, and he factored in on the power play goal to Tyson, his 16th of the year, 6 minutes and 36 seconds into the first period. Dakota Raby also picked up an assist on that goal. So it was 1-0 Utah, and the Grizzlies continued to pour it on as 12 minutes and 8 seconds into the first period. Dylan Fitz got his 13th of the year. He's been red hot, and he just sniped one over the right shoulder of Parasini. Not a lot of room, but he made it work. The puck had eyes, and it's found its way into the back of the net. And once again, Andrew Nielsen factored in on that goal as he got his second assist of the night, and he now leads the team in points with 40. Keaton Jamison also got an assist on that goal. Shots are 10-13 in favor of the Grizzlies, and for the most part of the first period, the Grizzlies were dominating offensively. They were dominating the shot count, and then things kind of shifted towards Allen's way towards the end of the period. That's where they accumulated most of their shots, but for the most of that period, it seems like it was all to our left in the Allen zone as the Grizzlies were pouring it on offensively. For the Grizzlies, are without the services of Cameron Wright, who takes a lot of the team's shots, but that's okay as the Grizzlies have done so good so far. Tyson Pfizer leads the team so far with shots in this game with 3. Dylan Fitz has 2. Kyle Pouncey has 2. And the Rooster, Jordan Martell, also has 2. And Lucas Parikh, he's been stellar so far, stopping all 10 shots that he's seen. And Tyson, what a start for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's great to see him play with the lead. I mean, the Grizzlies, they're undefeated when leading after one period. They only have one loss from leading after 2, and this is exactly what we want to do against a team in Allen where part of their club was on an airplane as of a few hours ago, just getting to the Salt Lake Valley, and it's amazing they even made it here. You know, even though the game had to start an hour and a half late, it's amazing they even got here and are playing tonight. You know, I think about that save Luke Parasini made there early in the contest. I think it was still scoreless, and the Rooster had a great look from the right side. I don't even know how Parasini did it, but he just dove to his left and made a great save. And it seemed like there was another one there where early in the game where Parasini had to make an outstanding save. But the Grizzlies just kept pouring it on, kept challenging the Allen goaltender. You think about guys that really stood out and stepped up for the Grizzlies tonight. Andrew Nilsson, 2 assists in the first period, and he drew 2 penalties. Remember, he drew one with a high stick that might have led to the Grizzlies' goal. And then late in the first period, Robideau lost his cool and took a swipe at Andrew Nilsson.
Yeah, Tyson, Andrew Nilsson is having a really great game so far. You think about the 2 assists, but I think the big point here of emphasis for me on Andrew Nilsson is the fact that he got into that scuffle with Robideau, and Robideau lost his cool. He was jabbing at him, and he was going after him. Andrew Nilsson kept his cool, and he didn't fight back. He didn't retaliate, and so I think that goes a long way in saying that the Grizzlies came in and they're calm, they're composed. And Andrew Nilsson's a guy where he plays great hockey, but we've seen sometimes where he gets jostled a little bit and he likes to retaliate, he likes to fight back. But the referees, they see that, and they usually either take both guys or he gets a penalty called on himself. So I think he's had a really good period to start. And I think for the Grizzlies, I think another guy that can't go unnoticed, wasn't very busy to start the period, but I think Lucas Parikh has had a really strong showing to start this game. And this game could easily be 2-2 because he made 2 key breakaway saves on Liam Finley, who's a very shifty, very fast player. Made some stellar saves there and kept the Grizzlies in the game.
Face-off battle is won by the Grizzlies. Utah won that 16-7 in the first period. Utah had 1 power play shot, and that found the back of the net. Allen is not yet to take a power play shot. Remember, they had 1 power play opportunity, so the Grizzlies with a successful penalty kill, which is presented by Utah Disaster Cleanup. Since 1974, Utah Disaster Cleanup has been here for customers when they need them the most. Grizzlies had 3 giveaways. Allen had 1. It didn't get overly physical in the first period, although you can see remnants of it, every now and then where, play would start to get chippy. And I imagine for Utah and Allen, the top 2 penalty minute teams in the league, whether it's tonight or later this week, I'd imagine play is going to get very, very physical.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's a matter of when, not if. You think about the last time that these 2 teams met up, there was 150 penalty minutes combined in that last game. But I think the message at least for Utah and probably for Allen as well, is clear is, hey, we know this is going to be an emotional game. We know that this is going to be physical. These are rivals. I know you want to go after each other, but you have to keep your cool. You have to keep your composure. And I think we saw that with Andrew Nilsson. He didn't retaliate, and I think that was good. And I think that was the message, the memo from Coach Kanasiewicz and Coach Pike is, go out and play a tough game, but, hey, don't take any dumb penalties, okay? We don't need to be on the penalty kill all game. And I think the Grizzlies have really done well in that regard. We've seen them throw a few big hits, and I like what I've seen so far.
Utah leads 2-0. Remember, the Grizzlies are going to be shorthanded. Allen will be on the power play the first minute and 16 seconds of the second period as Connor McDonald got 2 minutes for holding. When we come back in a couple minutes, we'll give you some scores from around the league. Most of the games have gone final here this evening, and we'll also give you some NHL scores as well. As Utah leads 2-0, it's the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick 6 or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
First intermission here at Maverik Center. We're heading into the second period soon as Utah leads Allen 2-0. Allen will be on the power play the first minute 16 of the second period. And if the Grizzlies win in regulation, they will become tied with Allen for fourth place in the Mountain Division. In third place is Kansas City, who's got 50 standings points. And let's send a beer out to the Florida Everblades. They defeat Kansas City in regulation 4-3. So a big Florida Everblades victory. Allen did win a couple games against Florida last week, but Florida defeats Kansas City in regulation 4-3. So if Allen wins tonight, they pass Kansas City for third. If the Grizzlies win in regulation, they will be tied with Allen for fourth place in the Mountain Division, just 1 point behind Kansas City. So that's a big one for Florida to defeat Kansas City 4-3. Other games have gone final in the league. South Carolina over Fort Wayne 3-1. Newfoundland defeats Trois Rivières 6-1. Greenville over Worcester 3-1. Cincinnati defeats Norfolk 4-0. Indy over Iowa 4-3. And one game in progress over Idaho Central Arena. 11 minutes left in the third period. Idaho leads the Maine Mariners 2-1. That's a long travel for the Maine Mariners, going all the way from way out east to take on the Idaho Steelheads. I remember Maine actually came here for a 3-game series in the 2018-2019 season. I think it was their first year of existence. So interesting. Really, I think the interesting one is Florida defeating Kansas City because, the Grizzlies are right on both Allen and Kansas City's heels for a playoff spot.
Yeah, Tyson, that's huge. I mean, thanks to the Everblades for that one. This rush for the playoff spots in the Mountain Division, it's going to be a madhouse, really. I mean, you've got 6 really good teams vying for 4 playoff spots in the division. It's just going to be hectic, and it's going to be a wild race to the finish. And I think if you're the Grizzlies, these are must-win games, especially these division games. You've got Allen here. We're going to have Wichita coming up, and then later on Kansas City. The Grizzlies, you got to win these games, and I think that was the message coming into this one. And the Grizzlies took that to heart, and they played a really solid first period.
And even though the Grizzlies are without some good forwards in Cameron Wright, Zach Sekos, Johnny Walker, they're without Victor Bartley tonight. And, Corey Thomas really played well in the month of January, and I think the Grizzlies do miss him as he got hurt on February 4th as he collided, I think, with the boards as he was delivering a hit on Mikel Robidoux. And, Corey Thomas has been missed. I think it's the 7th straight game that he's been out. But the Grizzlies just seem to be that team where, kind of a next man up type of mentality, and the Grizzlies have really played some good hockey as of late.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree with that. I think the theme of the season has really been that next man up mentality. So who's going to step up? I mean, we've seen guys get called up to the AHL. We've seen guys go down with injuries. It's just going to be who's going to be that guy to step up. And throughout the course of the season, we have seen guys step up. And tonight, there's no Cameron Wright. Okay, well, who's going to step up? We saw Saren Pfizer with a rocket of a shot. We saw Dylan Fitz, who's been great over the last couple of games. He stepped up. And Andrew Nielsen, who got a primary assist on both of those goals, he stepped up here as well.
Utah leads Allen 2-0, and when we're returning 1 minute, we'll have second period action. Allen will be on the power play the first minute 16 of the second period, and we're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Now we're about set for second period action here at Maverik Center as Utah leads Allen 2-0. Remember, Allen will be on the power play the first minute 16 of the second period. But, the face-off battle was won by the Grizzlies 16-7. I think was really instrumental in why the Grizzlies had puck possession there in the first period.
Yeah, Tyson, I mean, that's just phenomenal. You think about a team winning the face-off battle is usually the team that wins the game because they have a lot of possession. So I think for the Grizzlies, you just got to keep that up and continue dominating in the face-off circle.
Utah is 8-0 when leading after one period this season. They're 17-1 when leading after two. So it's important for the Grizzlies to lead after 40 minutes. And tonight the Grizzlies are wearing the Grizzlies Fight Cancer jerseys. They'll be wearing them all week long. My mom's name is on that jersey twice. She passed away a couple months ago, and she's on that jersey. In fact, my brother went to the team store and actually got one of those jerseys. He's sitting in section 114, and I'd like to see if he can get a discount, though. He should have dropped my name.
Well, regardless, I mean, they're really cool.
I don't have that
jerseys.
kind of power, though.
And again, I'm really sorry to hear about your mom and all that. But
Hey, we were here that's December 17th. They had a moment of silence and everything for,
That's right.
Grizzlies win the draw. Bryce Martin dumps it in as the Grizz are skating from left to right as we see it from high atop section 114. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube as Kobe McCauley throws out to center ice, bounces off of Jamison, rolls towards the Grizzlies bench. Jamison gets hit by McCauley along the boards at center ice as it goes back to Allen as the Americans are still on the power play. It's a Utah disaster cleanup penalty kill as Colton Sauceman to the far side. He'll get to the left for Bethune. Back to McCauley, crosses center ice left wing, feeds it across to Butcher, bounced off of him. McCauley gets it back. He gains the line to the right side, skates towards the circle. Now around the net as Shearer shadows him. Shearer's done a great job here so far as Martin and Shearer battle with a couple Americans as Bethune throws it to the right side for Sauceman. He feeds it back around to Butcher. Now to the high slot for Abear. Back to the right side for Sauceman. He'll feed it to the left corner for McCauley. Make that the right corner as it rolls around to Bethune. Now to the left wing as Butcher over to Sauceman. Back to the right side. McCauley. One-timer saved by Preek. Rebound goes out to the right side as there's 7 seconds left in the penalty kill. Grizzlies throw it and it clears center ice. It bounced over the stick of Colton Sauceman. That's a Utah disaster cleanup successful penalty kill. Utah disaster cleanup has been around since 1974, and they've been for their customers when they need them the most. As Utah still leads 2-0, Grizz have outshot the Americans 13-11. As Hank Crone gains center ice left wing, McCallchuk poked it away. As Raby gains the line right side, he skates towards his left, feeds it to Pfizer. Pfizer on the right wing looking for a wraparound. It gets cut off by Massicott. As left side, Pfizer across to Pouncey, skates towards the right circle. Pouncey now around the net, he gets pushed by Jack Combs. Pouncey overskates it, Pfizer takes it. Pfizer to the left side, looked to center it, but fanned on it as it rolls slowly towards Massicott. As Pfizer lost his stick, he'll get a new one from Mason Wayland as Wayland skates towards to get a skate readjusted for James Shearer. Massicott enters from the left side, but the Americans are offside. 17:58 left in the second. Good job by the Grizzlies on the penalty kill to start the period as Utah's looked pretty strong here in the first 2 minutes of play.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I think coming into the game, I think the focus was to have a strong first period. Well, check. The Grizzlies did that. Now it becomes you got to continue that play for the remaining 40 minutes in this game. You can't get complacent. You can't let Allen creep back into the game. You have to continue, put your pedal to the metal, and go full throttle here.
Jamison will take the drives, got Raby to his left and McCallchuk to his right. This would normally be the line that Cameron Wright would be in, but Wright is out of the Grizzlies lineup tonight as he got hit in the second period on Monday. The Orlando player did not get suspended. Raby looks to center it after winning the faceoff and pass ahead to Robidoux to the left side. He's near the boards. Robidoux gets blasted by McDonald. Left wing shot saved by Parikh. 17:42 left in the second. Draw's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone.
Well, we've seen Robidoux throw a few hits for Allen. He's probably one of their most physical players. He seems to always be in the midst of those extracurricular activities, as some broadcasters would like to say. If you're the Grizzlies, hit him back. Find a way and post your physicality on him. Hit him back.
They've done that here in the first bit of action here. They've hit Robidoux quite a few times here tonight. It's almost like you hit us, we'll hit you back. As the puck rolls towards the far boards, Utah wins the faceoff. 3-on-4, Fitz crosses center ice. He'll drive it around the boards. Right side, Penner gets it bounced off of him by Abear. Abear gets around Penner. He skates along the near boards. 3-on-3 across the center ice. He'll throw a right wing pass to Robidoux. He'll gain the offensive line and dumps it towards the boards. As Robidoux along the end wall gets held up by Cam Strong. Pfizer over there. As Robidoux goes down, he gets back to his feet. Grizzlies along the near side will lift it over the head of Abear as it goes deep in the Allen zone. No icing as Fitz skates over there. He's been a man possessed over the last 5 games. It's been unbelievable. Penner in the corner. He skates towards the point, get held up to the boards. They feed the far circle to the Grizzlies. It's picked off by Abear. Abear gains center ice. He'll skate over the offensive line and loses the puck. Grizzlies towards the near ring boards. Pfizer couldn't reach it. Massacott moves ahead as it goes towards the Grizzlies zone. Pouncey gathers it. Now it goes to Liam Finley. He'll feed it to the right side. Now back towards Finley and gets cut off by Bryson Martin. Now Allen tries to center it. Penner picks it off. Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, crosses center ice, right wing, and dumps it in as Parasini plays behind his net as Allen skates from right to left as we see it. Here at high atop section 114 as Skelly gains the line left side. He's got good speed. Skates towards the corner, fanned on it. Puck stayed in the corner. As the Americans behind the net, they chip it over towards Finley. Now it rolls back along the right wing as Massacott to the point. Gets held up by Pfizer. Pfizer drags down Massacott. 2-on-1. Martel to the left side. And so look to center to Strong. Take a shot. He scores! Jordan Martel found Cam Strong out in front of the net. And Strong puts it away as Utah has taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, Tyson, what a goal by Cam Strong. And you got to think back earlier in the first period, those two players had a chance on a 2-on-1 earlier. Martel called his own number. He took the shot on that one. This time he elects to pass to Cam Strong. And Strong, a wide open net, finds the back of it. And it's a 3-0 lead for Grizzlies.
Great pass by Martel on the left side as he gets his 18th assist of the season, 12th in a Grizzlies uniform, and Cam Strong gets his 9th goal of the season. Strong was great in the Grizzlies road trip, and he's been great here tonight as he scores his 9th of the season. And it was just a 2-on-1, and the Grizzlies executed it to perfection. Draw at center ice, Joey Kolatarski thought he was out there, and he's going to skate towards the bench as the skate 5-on-5. As Taryn Pfizer also with an assist on it. As Pfizer now has 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Utah leads 3-0. Action in the Grizzly zone as Hargrove gets hit by Raby. Raby gets it, moves ahead to Jamison, bounces off his stick, rolls towards Sosserman. Hank Crone centers it to the high slot, picked off by Shearer. He'll bounce it off of Hargrove as it goes deeper into the Grizzly zone. As Allen centers it, Crone shot, saved by Preek. Crone bouncing off of Preek as it rolls towards the near boards. Crone skates towards the left point, feeds across to Sosserman, take a shot and it goes wide. Puck glides along the near wing boards deep in the Allen zone as Michalchuk will exit the ice. Kolatarski will enter as 15:25 is left in the second period and counting. Utah leads 3-0. As Hank Crone left side crosses center ice, bounced off the stick of Kolatarski, rolls to Hargrove. He feeds it off the end wall deep in the Grizzly zone as Mallory gets hit by McDonald. Mallory gets held up as the puck rolls behind Utah's net. Crone looks to center it. Pass goes wide and all the way deep into the Allen zone as it went between the two defensemen up high, Mallory and Sosserman. Mallory behind his net, 5 minutes into the second period. Now start the attack. Backhand pass out to Butcher. Butcher gains the line, stops to the left side, take a shot, and it goes wide off the glass. Penner chips it to center ice. Kolatarski chases after it. So is Ryan Gagnon. And the whistle blows as icing is on the Grizzlies with 14:45 left in the second. Strong's goal was scored 3:52 in, with Martel and Pfizer getting the assists. That's the only shot by Utah here so far in the second period. For the Americans, they've taken, I think, 3 shots here so far in the second period. As Utah wins the draw, Kolatarski throws it to center ice, bounces off of Raby, rolls back to Dalton Galley. He'll move it ahead to Combs. As Penner takes it away, the other number 21 over to Simeone, left point. As he stepped over the offensive line, rolls it to the right corner for Penner, who gets hit by Galley. As Combs moves it ahead, as Chad Butcher skates down the middle, gains the line, right wing pass to Finley. Now back up top for Gagnon. Now around the net's Jack Combs. He's now on the left side, chips it across looking for Finley. He couldn't gather it. Now he does as he's battling with Cam Strong along the far boards. As Finley rolls it around, as Butcher couldn't handle it. Rolls to the near corner as Penner will move it ahead. Bouncing puck at center ice. Dalton Galley couldn't gather it. Ryan Gagnon does deep in the Allen zone as he skates around Luke Parasini. They'll feed it out to center ice. Pass connects. Butcher to the right point. Kicks it off a McDonald's skate. Butcher gets it back as he fires towards Liam Finley. It glanced off his stick. Rolls towards the end wall as McDonald feeds to the near corner for Massacott with Grisby nearby entertaining in row 1 along the corner as McDonald will chip it ahead to Martel. Who gets challenged by Grant Hebert. Now rolls back to the left point. Massacott lefty shot. Saved by Preek. 13:36 left in the second. Utah leads 3-0. Timeout on the ice. We're back in 1 minute as the Grizz lead 3-0 as Cam Strong scored his 9th of the year. Taryn Pfizer 1 goal and 1 assist tonight as Utah leads by a field goal on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, You always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Utah leads 3-0. Both teams have taken 14 shots. Andrew Nilsson has 2 assists. Taryn Pfizer has 1 goal and 1 assist. Dylan Fitz and Dakota Raby each extended their point-scoring streak to 5 games. This draw's going to be taken in the near circle. Grant Abear against Keaton Jamison. Abear is a big guy at 6'4" and 200 pounds. He's got 12 points in 17 games. Utah wins the draw. Dakota Raby skates down the middle. He gains center ice and drives it to the left corner as he skates after it. Gets hit by Massacon as Michalchuk gets hit by Robidoux. Taken back by Allen as Massacon will lift it. It's picked up by Jamison. I tried to find Michalchuk out in front of the net, and the puck went over his stick. Robidoux and Michalchuk collide as it rolls back to Abear, who feeds it to the left side for Bethune, who gains center ice and dumps it to the corner. Bethune in a foot race with Keaton Jamison. Jamison gathers it. Bethune battles. A big-time hit delivered by Robidoux on Jamison as Grizzlies get it out to center. Michalchuk with a rink-wide pass. It's deflected off the stick of Dalton Skelly and flies into the Grizzlies bench. 13:01 left in the second period. Guys, what stood out to you here in the second period?
Well, Tyson, just the energy from the Grizzlies in this game is stark in contrast to what we saw a couple weeks ago when Allen dominated. This time it's the other side of the coin. The Grizzlies have really just dictated the terms with their energy, and I really like the way that they're playing right now.
Grizz are really playing good hockey right now. Penner will take the draw against Hargrove, the Allen captain. It's won by Hargrove, who's got a point in 23 of his last 24 games. Utah leads 3-0 as Colton Sossman in his own zone throws the left wing pass to Hargrove. Hargrove skates towards the left corner, feeds it across, and it goes behind Hank Crone as it rolls towards the right side. Allen spins it around. Andrew Nilsson gets the wobbling puck in the left side, and Hank Crone takes it away. So it was really a tough puck to handle for Nilsson. Now puck rolls back to the corner. Nilsson moves it ahead as Penner gets it out to center ice. He got hit along the near boards. Mallory across to Sossaman. 12:27 and counting left in the second. Utah leads 3-0. Left wing pass to McCauley across to the center red line. And he'll gain the line, and he avoids a check, but he loses the puck as Nilsson on 2 knees moves it ahead to Pfizer. Pfizer skates along the right wing. He's already got a multiple-point game. He gains center ice, dumps to the left boards for Fitz. He gets it poked away by Sossman. Fitz takes it away. Left side, he takes a shot. And he goes high and out of play as it bounced off the glass. Parasini might have gotten a piece of it with the stick. But the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. There's another great play by Dylan Fitz. His hustle kind of creating that scoring opportunity out of nothing.
Dylan Fitz is playing unbelievable right now, and I think it started on that road trip against his former team, the Solar Bears, and it's really carried over into tonight. I really like his shot. He's got a wicked shot, and he's using it well.
Allen wins the face-off. They're skating from right to left here in the second period as Jack Combs along the near side drifts it around the net as Allen looking for an outlet pass. Grizzlies back at neutral ice as Allen, Dalton Galley will skate north-south and now feed a right wing pass to Gagnon who crosses center ice. He gets hit by Cam Strong. Strong's had a good game as it goes back to the center red line near the bench. Gagnon throws to Finley, trying to throw it back to Gagnon. Near Allen's bench, Grizzlies move it ahead. Martell steps over the blue line, stops in the left point, feeds it to Simeone. Simeone gets blasted by Gagnon. Dangerous hit. Cam Strong skates over there, confronts Gagnon. As Simeone luckily gets back to his feet slowly as Gagnon hit him a little bit awkwardly along the far boards. Now Simeone gets back to his feet. Luckily, it looks like he's going to be okay. And the Grizzlies are going to get a power play with 11:31 left in the second period.
Yeah, Tyson, that was a really dangerous hit along the boards. Hopefully Simeone is going to be okay. I really like the way that he's played so far in this game. I think he's been very noticeable so far. But again, the Grizzlies power play comes back out here. Watch for Andrew Nilsson. He seems to make his money on the power play.
Gagnon gets 2 minutes for boarding. 8:29 into the second period. He's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Keaton Jamison will take the draw against Jared Bethune. Bethune taking the draw. Normally a defenseman, he's playing forward for Allen. Americans win the face-off. They skeet towards their own blue line, and Young will dump it all the way down towards Lucas Preek. Justin Young's been a pretty good penalty killer for Allen this season. Andrew Nilsson 2 assists tonight, cross the center ice. He'll throw it back to Pfizer. He's in Grizzlies territory, neutral ice. Now left wing pass to Raby. He couldn't handle it off the far boards. Allen clears it all the way out towards Preek. Lucas gets it about ankle high, throws it to center ice, picked off by Maverik. Maverik skates along the near boards, trying to dump it in. It stayed there. Now Maverik will throw it back into his own zone for Sauceman, who will sail it all the way out towards Lucas Preek. And he'll nudge it towards the near corner for Nilsson. Now across to Raby as he dishes back to Pfizer, as he's still deep in the Grizzly zone. Pfizer across to Raby. Raby glides towards their far wing boards. Now he slides the puck to Martel. Martel gains the line. Now right wing pass to Nilsson. Nilsson across off the boards as Jamison throws it up top for Pfizer. Now to Nilsson. One-timer on hits the side of the net. Didn't miss it by much. Allen gets it, and they try to clear it out. Nilsson keeps it in the right point as he spins around. Nilsson will feed it across to the Rooster. Back to Raby. One-timer. Saved by Parasini. Rebound goes out to the left side as the Grizzlies keep it in the zone. Raby over to Nilsson. Nilsson off the boards. Over to Pfizer. Pfizer chips it down the middle for Martel. He gets it in the left circle as he skates towards the corner, gathers it. Now Jamison throws it back to Raby in the left point. Raby skates towards the circle, stops, feeds it up top for Pfizer. Pfizer takes a righty shot and it got blocked. Now Raby gets it across to Nilsson, but the pass didn't connect. 20 seconds left in the power play. Nilsson to the right side, feeds to the near goal line for Jamison. Jamison around the net. He's now to the left side. 15 seconds left in the power play. Raby left wing shot goes wide. Martel to the right side. Skates towards the point. Now he feeds it across to Raby. He's on the left side. Raby gets up top to Pfizer. Pfizer over to Nilsson. Back to Pfizer. Pfizer all alone. Allen's back at full strength. Pfizer with a shot that goes wide off the glass. And as Nilsson to the right side gets around Massicott. Now around the net for Jamison. Jamison collides with Gagnon. Fresh out of the penalty box. Gagnon gets the puck. He'll throw it to neutral ice for Hargrove. Hargrove skates to the left side as he'll throw it back to Gagnon. Gagnon skates towards Preek. And Preek gets hit by Gagnon. Oh no. As Preek's down on the ice, he got hit in the head. Now Pouncey gets poked away. Hopefully Preek's okay because Jay Stevens is the backup tonight. As the puck goes to the left side, Fitz around the net. Fitz looking for the Michigan, but couldn't handle it. Preek's still on 2 knees. He might be hurt as Allen gets the puck. Preek gets back to his feet. As it looked like Gagnon's skate collided with Preek's head. As now Jack Combs skates to the right side. Now around the net. As Combs drops back off for the near circle. Taken away by Cam Strong. Strong gains center ice. Gains the line. Over to Michalchuk. Right side takes a shot and goes wide. Fits along the far boards. Over towards Strong. He loses the puck as Finley will throw it back over to the near boards. As Allen, Jack Combs around the net. Now Dylan Fitz will bounce it off the far side. Couldn't be handled by Finley. Now left wing. Shot. Saved by Parasini. 8:21 left in the second. Boy, I hope Lucas Preek's okay. Garrett Metcalf got called up to the AHL earlier today. The backup is Jay Stevens, who's over 50 years old. Preek's on 2 knees right now. I do not think he's looking good right now.
Yeah, Tyson, I don't think he's 100%. He's on his knees right now in the crease. He's got his helmet off.
He's wobbly.
I can't believe no one's gone over to check on him.
I don't think they want to go check on him. Jay Stevens is over 50 years old. He's the backup tonight. I love Jay. He played one game in the 2016-2017 season. It essentially went viral. Preek is on his feet, but he looks like he's a little bit wobbly. Left side, Grizzlies win the draw. Now Pfizer feeds over to the left side. Shot, score! As Tyler Penner scores from the left circle, and that'll make it a 4-0 hockey game. So Theron Pfizer now with 1 goal and 2 assists as Tyler Penner finds the back of the net for the 9th time this season.
Well, Tyson, that was bing, bam, boom, tic-tac-toe. Great passing by the Grizzlies, and I think the difference between the Grizzlies and the Americans in this game is when the Grizzlies have a wide-open net, they shoot into it. Tyler Penner makes it a 4-0 hockey game.
Got to convert on your chances, and the Grizzlies are doing just that. Jay Stevens' heart is in his throat right now, thinking about the possibility of going in there. As Utah leads 4-0, they're playing great hockey. Sauceman throws it back to Maverik. He gains neutralized, gets around Kolatarsi. Maverik skates down the middle. He'll feed it to McCauley on the left side. McCauley left circle shot, saved by Preek. And Lucas holds on with 7:56 left in the second period. So the goal was scored 11:48 in. Penner gets his 9th of the year. Pfizer with his 2nd assist of the game and 16th of the season. Cam Strong now with 1 goal and 1 assist, each of that coming in the second period. Cam Strong, if I remember right, had 1 goal and 1 assist against, I think, Greenville in the first game of the winning streak for the Grizzlies. They won 3 in a row. Off the draw, Crone with a shot, and that goes wide, and Crone is holding his face. As he thought he was hit with a high stick, puck glides deep in the Allen zone. Icing is called. Crone can't believe the penalty wasn't called. As he holds his face, he's trying to show blood to the referee, and he can't believe that a penalty wasn't called. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone after Utah was called for ice.
Well, lucky for the Grizzlies, I don't think any of the officials saw that. And I barely saw that as well. I just remember seeing Crone go down, but nonetheless, looks like we're going to remain 5-on-5. We're going to have to keep an eye on Lucas Parikh as well.
Crone held a towel near the Allen bench just to show, hey, I'm bleeding here. That didn't happen by accident.
He's still out there, Hank Crone, though. He's going to finish this shift.
So the referee and 2 linesmen are talking things over in the left circle. 7:48 left in the second. Lucas Parikh kind of doing the old relaxing thing with both arms on the crease, on the crossbar. He did not look good for a second there. You know, it looked a little bit wobbly. I wonder what they're talking about. You know, could it be where the 2 linesmen were like, hey, he drew blood, something might be there. Oh, the linesman talked him into a penalty. The referee didn't see it, but it looks like a high sticking is going to be called. And it's going to be Andrew Nilsson going to the box. The referee didn't see it. It looked like the 2 linesmen said, hey, we saw a high stick. And so now Nilsson's going to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Connor McDonald can't believe it because the referee didn't spot it. And apparently the 2 linesmen talked him into it.
Well, Tyson, Hank Crone must have a good lawyer because not only do the Americans go on the power play, it's a double minor. They're on the power play for 4 minutes. The Grizzlies' penalty kill has been fantastic so far in this game. They're going to have to keep it up here.
That's why Crone went to the bench, held a towel, showed that, hey, I'm bleeding here. That didn't happen by accident. Then the linesman said, hey, behind your back there was a high stick. So Allen's got a 4-minute double minor for high sticking. They're on the power play. Andrew Nilsson, double minor for high sticking. Time of penalty 12-12 into the second period. Utah leads 4-0. Grizz win the faceoff. Connor McDonald clears it out to center as Liam Finley throws it across to Maverik. He's at the Allen blue line, skating from right to left as Maverik drops it off for Finley. Finley gets it to Crone. Crone drew the penalty, gains the line, and he'll throw it to Finley. He's in the right side near the corner. Crone gets knocked down by McDonald, and Crone flies into the net. The net gets dislodged. Now let's see, is McDonald going to get a penalty for interference? The net goes back in place. Doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty on McDonald. As Hank Crone collided with McDonald and Crone, let's see. Referee's going to skate towards center ice. It's going to be a neutral zone drive. I think they called something there. Maybe offside on the Americans. I don't know, 22 seconds into the power play for Allen. 3:38 left in it. As Grizzlies win the faceoff, Connor McDonald will clear it all the way out towards Luke Parasini. Chris Maverik gets it. He's played for 3 different teams in the ECHL, including the Grizzlies. As Maverik gets dragged down by Jamison. Oh, it's going to be a penalty on Jamison. Finley forces Jamison to touch the puck. The whistle blows. Holding's going to be the call. Keaton Jamison goes to the box, and the Allen Americans will have a 5-on-3 power play for 2 minutes. Utah leads 4-0, but McDonald or Jamison will join Andrew Nilsson in the box.
Yeah, Tyson, and that's not a good penalty by Keaton Jamison. I understand what he was trying to do there. He was trying to put pressure there on the American, but he just ended up getting tangled up there and hauling him down. You can't do that. Now for the Grizzlies, it's a critical situation here where they're on a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes.
2 minutes for holding. That's the 4th different holding penalty we've seen so far tonight. Keaton Jamison, 12:54 into the second period. So 5-on-4, 5-on-3 power play off the draw. Finley shot saved by Parikh. And that took 1 second off the clock. 1:59 left in the 5-on-3. Utah leads 4-0, and really this is the only way Allen can get back into it. Draw won by the Grizzlies. McDonald over to Shearer, spins along the far boards. Hank Crone couldn't cut it off at the point as it glides all the way along the far wing boards. Crone gathers it at the Allen goal line. He skates around the net. Crone's got great speed. As he gains center ice, he feeds to the right side. Finley steps over the offensive blue line. He skates to the corner. Now to Jack Combs, who's sporting a beard. Across to Finley. Finley to the left side. Gets to Sosserman, left point. Now to the right side. Now back to Hargrove. Hargrove gets it back. Right side takes a shot. Saved by Parikh. Rebound goes to Jack Combs. Now to Hargrove on the right side across to Sossaman. Now to the left for Finley. Finley along the near wing boards will skate towards his right. Finley will feed it over to Hargrove. Right side takes a shot. He scores. That was a one-time blast by Colton Hargrove, as he's now got a point in 24 of his last 25 games, as he just pumps in his 28th goal of the season. It's a 5-on-3 power play goal, as Hargrove high-fives everybody on the Allen bench. As the Americans get on the board with 6:18 left in the second.
Well, Tyson, the Grizzlies penalty kill unit did everything they could do, but on a 5-on-3 situation, and Allen is a team that moves the puck really well, and the puck movement goes to Colton Hargrove, and he just rifles that one. Not much they could have done there. It's a 4-1 game.
I think it's still a 5-on-3 power play. I think they're saying that he scored in the first half of the double minor for Andrew Nilsson. Hargrove with the goal, Finley and Sossaman with the assist. That's exactly what it is. They reset Nilsson's penalty to 2 minutes. So a 5-on-3 power play goal, but they stay 5-on-3 for the next minute, 11 seconds. As Finley gains the line after Allen won the faceoff. As goes to the high slot, as Sossaman over to Hargrove, back to Sossaman. As Sossaman over to Finley, as Allen can get 3 power play goals here if they maximize their potential. Hargrove gets it down the middle, takes a shot, and it's blocked by McDonald. And the Grizzlies captain tried to clear it out. Sossaman kept it in the high slot. Now Finley over to the left side, back to Crone. Crone across to Hargrove. He'll get it to Combs. Far goal line out to Finley. Takes a shot and he scores. Jack Combs threw it cross crease to Finley. Finley put it away from the left side. It's now a 4-2 game. Jamison's out of the box. Nilsson stays in. It's a 5-on-4 power play for the next minute 23. And Allen really doing what a good team does. They're maximizing their power play. And with the double minor, it's essentially like 3 separate penalties. They scored on the first 2, and they've got a minute 23 to score their 3rd power play goal of the second period. Right now, Utah leads 4-2. We talk about momentum changer. As Allen wins the draw, they're back in their own zone, skating from right to left. As Colton Sossaman throws it back to Butcher. Butcher with plenty of speed, crosses center ice. Gains the line, drops off in the right point. Now Sossaman. As Sossaman dances around, he skates towards his left. He'll feed it to Butcher on the left side. Back to Sossaman. Over to the right circle. One-timer saved by Parikh. Rebound goes to Bryson Martin. Tried to clear it out, and he does. Grizzlies take it. Taryn Pfizer, 2-on-1. Skates towards the right circle. Pfizer with a shot. Glove saved by Parasini. Parasini thought about getting rid of it, but the whistle blows with 50 seconds left in the Allen power play. On Allen's second goal, Finley got it with the assist to Colton Hargrove and Jack Combs. Time of that goal, 14-19 into the second. All right, for the Grizzlies, it's critical to kill off the rest of this penalty. Draw won by the Allen Americans as Hank Crone will drop it off for Mallory. As Allen skating from right to left. Mallory at neutralized, crosses center. Now he'll drop it off for Crone. Crone with speed gains the line. And somehow Mallory collided with Hargrove and stepped over the line. So offside are the Americans with 38 seconds left in the power play and 4:56 left in the second.
Well, the Grizzlies will take it, and I think if you're Utah right now, you just want to, you're right, kill off the rest of this penalty. Allen's got some momentum off those last 2 goals. You don't want to give them any more, especially in a game that was once wide open is now quite tight.
Allen scored 2 goals, I think 37 seconds apart. As Parikh behind his net. All turnover. Allen with a shot. They score. As Parikh tried to clear it out. Bounced off of somebody, and Hank Crone gets the goal, and this is unbelievable. 3 power play goals by the Allen Americans, and it's now a 4-3 game. 4:48 left in the second, and the Grizzlies with all sorts of momentum, but Nilsson had the double minor for high sticking, and then Keaton Jamison with a penalty. What happened there with Parikh? Tried to clear it out, maybe bouncing off a Shearer.
You know, Tyson, I don't think this would be a bad time for Coach Kanasevich to use his timeout. Obviously, he didn't. Now the play is going, but, man, the Grizzlies are reeling right now.
Hank Crone's goal is unassisted, 15-12 into the second period. Kyle Pouncey ices the puck as he lifted it, and the puck bounced over the goal line, and it looks like icing is on the Grizzlies. So Allen will have an offensive zone draw. 4:39 left in the second. Allen has outshot Utah 22-17 as they scored 3 power play goals in the span of a minute and a half. Hargrove, Finley, and Crone found the back of the net. Well, that's 3 of Allen's big guns. Maybe their 3 biggest guns offensively. Those 3 and Jack Combs, obviously. Draws in the right circle. The Grizzlies lead 4-3. Allen has scored 3 unanswered, all of them on the power play. Up top for Dalton Skelly. Allen won the faceoff as the Americans bouncing off the stick of Grant Hebert. Grizzlies clear it out to center. Massicott throws it to Chad Butcher. Butcher throws it into Hebert. He skates down the middle. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Parikh. And Lucas holds on with 4:22 left in the second. We got a different game than what we saw a few minutes ago. It's the Grizzlies 4, the Americans 3. We're back in 1 minute. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
What can the Grizzlies do to change momentum? Utah leads 4-3 as Allen scored 3 power play goals in the span of a minute 30 seconds. As Utah wins the draw, they're back in their own zone as Nilsson spins it to Dylan Fitz. Fitz gets hit by McCauley. Sure lifts it out to center. It's gloved by Massicott. Dropped. He dumps it in. It bounces off the end glass as Nilsson chases after it. As Utah scored the first 4 goals of the game. But Allen has answered with 3 unanswered. And it's 3 of their biggest guns on the forward line. As Penner throws it out to center ice. Terran Pfizer chases after it. He's got 1 goal and 2 assists tonight. Pfizer in the near corner of the Allen zone battles with Dalton Skelly. As Pfizer throws it to Fitz. Fitz gets it around the net looking for Penner. Penner gets poked away by Butcher and rolls towards Parasini, who covers up. Good job by Chad Butcher boxing out Tyler Penner, who was trying to accept the pass from Dylan Fitz out in front.
Well, Tyson, I think at this point in the game, all the momentum is in favor of Allen. They've scored the last 3 goals. I think if you're the Grizzlies, there's still 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in this second period. Find a way to get that momentum back and have it on your side going into the locker room.
Cam Strong's got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. He'll take the face-off against Jared Bethune. As the draw won by, kind of stays in the circle. Now Allen gathers it. As the Americans, Kobe McCauley crosses Cyrus to make that Young. Justin Young, who's got 4 assists in 31 games. As we get a whistle. Allen is offside. Good job by number 49, Andrew Collins, the linesman, spotting that. Andrew Nilsson and Mikhail Robidoux has some words. I imagine that's going to be an ongoing debate for 3 straight games starting tonight. Don't forget, both teams will be off tomorrow. And then the series continues on Friday night as Grizzlies Fight Cancer Weekend will be on Friday and Saturday. Grizzlies will continue to wear these Grizzlies Fight Cancer jerseys. It's also going to be an AFCU Friday. Where tickets start just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. Draws at neutral ice and taken by the Americans. As Allen spins it along the boards, Gagnon cuts it off. It kicked off his skate. Rolls towards Aaron Tho, feeds it across to McDonald. Now ahead to Martell. Gets it to center ice for Strong. Strong skates towards the left circle. Take a shot and it goes wide. Puck glides along the near wing boards. Martell feeds it to Strong behind the net. Strong gets pushed by Gagnon. And Strong keeps his feet, though. Simeone throws it up top for McDonald. Connor across to Tho. Tho fake to his right. Keeps the puck. Now drifted to the right point for McDonald. Connor, toe drag shot, and it's blocked by Bethune. As it rolls towards Aaron Tho in the left wing. Tho skates towards the corner. He gets hit by Robidoux. Now Young. Young gets hit by McDonald. McDonald gets it right side. And he'll drift it over to the left corner as it bounced off the glass and rolls towards the far wing boards. Allen gets over to Galley, deflects off his stick and flies into section 113. As a fan in row 4 comes away with a souvenir.
Well, I like the Grizzlies putting the pressure on there, starting to try and get that momentum back. Good shift there for Utah. Got to build on it here, though.
That was the forwards of Simeone, Martell, and Strong that really did a good job. Jamison will take the drop. Utah leads 4-3, 2:45 left in the second. Draw one by the Americans as Colton Sossaman spins along the far wing boards. A glance off of Bryson Martin, sticks and no icing. Martin skates around Utah's net as he collides with McCauley. Now Martin pushes McCauley along the glass. Puck rolls towards the near boards for McCallchuk. He'll drift it out to center ice. Raby gathers it. He'll skate along center ice and he'll dump it in. Puck bounces off the right corner as McCallchuk delivers a big hit on Chris Mallory. Play starting to get physical here late in the second. Allen throws it to McCauley near the Grizzlies bench. He'll feed it ahead. Puck bounced off the stick of Colton Hargrove and rolls towards the left corner. Good job by Kyle Pouncey boxing out Hargrove, who's a pretty tough guy and has good size at 6'2", 205. Sossaman at center ice gets to Hargrove. He throws it between his legs and goes back to the Grizzlies. McCallchuk, right wing, gains the line. He gets pushed by McCauley, who's a physical player. As Raby in the corner looking for the puck. As Raby battles, as puck pinned towards the boards. McCauley in the area, McCallchuk as well. Raby feeds it to the right side for Jamison. Looking back for Nilsson, but he couldn't get it. Now taken by Chad Butcher near center ice. He'll feed it towards the Utah blue line, gathered by Shearer. Now to Jamison. We'll throw it back to Andrew Nilsson in the slot in the Grizzly zone. He'll move it ahead to Pfizer at center ice. Pfizer trying to kick it to Jamison and bounced off the stick of Hank Crone. Rolls deep in the American zone as it rolls back to Jack Combs. Now fits in the right side, takes a shot, saved by Parasini. Pfizer with the rebound, shot, saved by Parasini. As Pfizer took the shot, the right wing bounced off of Parasini's body, rolled towards Pfizer. Pfizer didn't really have much time and space, but just had enough to take a shot, and Parasini made a routine save.
Yeah, and give credit to Taryn Pfizer on that play. He was in a battle out in front of the net, and he did win that battle and was able to get a shot off. Good there by Taryn Pfizer.
Chris Mallory was out in front of him. Utah wins the draw. Left wing shot. Glove saved by Parasini. That was taken by Dylan Fitz. With Cameron Wright out of the lineup, you know that some guys are going to have to be high volume shooters, and Fitz is second on the team in shots on goal, trailing only Cameron Wright. Draw one by Utah as they get over to the left point. Sure with a lefty shot, and it goes high over the crossbar and rolls towards the near wing boards. Fitz in the area, but Skelly gets the puck. He'll move it to center ice at the logo. Pfizer loses it. Combs throws it to the right side as Butcher looks to center it. Jack Combs delivers a hit on James Shearer as foot race deep in the Allen zone. Fitz gets it, no icing as he gets hit by Massacott in the corner. Penner skates over there. Puck lines back towards Allen as Skelly around the net gets hit by Pfizer. The referee is looking the other way. Skelly lost his helmet. He has to skate off the ice. Nilsson right side centers it, picked off by Robidoux. He'll feed it out to center ice. He glanced off the stick, no icing. Preek behind his net will play it. 35 seconds left in the second. Robidoux, right wing shot, and it's blocked by Nilsson. Andrew will ice the puck as he was deep in the Grizzlies zone. And the whistle blows with 27.4 seconds left in the second period. Utah led 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. They scored the first 2 goals in the second, but 3 unanswered power play goals in the span of 1 minute, 30 seconds has brought the Allen Americans back in this one.
Yeah, and Tyson, and since that third goal from Allen, the Grizzlies haven't scored since then, but they also haven't allowed a goal. I like the response from Utah after giving up that third goal. I think that they've done a good job of putting the pressure back on Allen.
Draw on the left circle is won by the Americans. As Dalton Galley gets over to Hank Crone. He skates towards his right. He'll take a lefty shot, and it's blocked by Nilsson. He's over to the left side. Hargrove shot saved by Preek in the butterfly position. 17 seconds left in the period as it rolls towards Dylan Fitz, who throws it out to center ice, gathered by Pfizer. Pfizer right circle, take a shot and goes wide. By Pfizer and Fitz have been outstanding tonight. Hargrove feeds out to the left wing at center ice for Crone. Now to McCauley. 2 seconds left in the period. McCauley looking for a shot. He gets back checked by Fitz. And now McCauley. McCauley's throwing some punches at Andrew Nilsson. McCauley collided with Nilsson. Then McCauley threw 3 rights with his glove still on Nilsson. And Nilsson and McCauley now exchanging some words out behind Utah's net. As the referee and 2 linesmen are telling him to cease and desist. Nilsson will now skate towards the locker room, and so will Colby McCauley. Wonder if any penalty's going to come out of that, but either way, the Grizzlies still lead 4-3, and we'll see what happens here in the third period. Remember, the Grizzlies are 18-1 when leading after 2 periods this season. Actually, it's 17-1. We're doing a little bit of forecasting. Maybe it'll be 18-1 after the third period. When we come back to the Grizzlies intermission report, Guy Chiarenza will recap the first 2 periods of play. We'll also talk some hockey as the Grizzlies lead 4-3 here on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Utah had a 4-0 lead, and then Andrew Nilsson got a double minor for high sticking. Keaton Jamison got a holding minor, 12:54 in. And then the Allen Americans scored 3 power play goals. And so what was a 4-0 Grizzlies lead? Allen's got all the momentum, but Utah still leads after 2 periods. Guy, what happened in the first 40 minutes?
Well, Tyson, it's been a wild Wednesday night from start to probably the finish. And that remains to be seen what's going to happen there. But really, it's been crazy so far. And it started out with a power play goal for the Grizzlies. Tyson Pfizer got his 16th of the year, 6 minutes and 36 seconds into the first. Andrew Nielsen and Dakota Raby got the assist on that. And then 12 minutes and 8 seconds into the period, Dylan Fitz got his 13th of the year. A snipe over the right shoulder of Parasini. And that was assisted by Andrew Nielsen and Keaton Jamison. And that was where we stood, 2-0 Grizzlies after 20 minutes of play. In the second period, Utah continued to pour it on. Cam Strong got his 9th of the year. That was assisted by Martell and Pfizer on really a 2-on-1 play. Martell got it over to Strong when he found the back of the net, 3-0 Grizzlies. And then 11:48 into the second period, Tyler Penner made it a 4-0 game on a tic-tac-toe play. Great passing by the Grizzlies. He got his 9th of the year. Tyson Pfizer and Aaron Tho got the assists on that. And things were looking good for the Grizzlies. Sailing was smooth. 4-0 game. They had control of it until they got in a little bit of penalty trouble. Andrew Nielsen on a controversial play, high sticking, got a double minor 12 minutes and 12 seconds into the second period. And it was one where initially the referees didn't call it. Hank Crone got high stick. He drew blood and he went over to the bench. They put a towel to his face and showed the referees and said, hey, look, there's blood coming down my face. And so I didn't know that the refs could review a high sticking play or maybe change the call that they already made, but they got together, had a lengthy discussion about it, and then they came to the determination that it was a high sticking penalty. So Andrew Nielsen went to the box, and then not long after that, just 12 minutes and 54 seconds, into the period. Keaton Jameson got called for a holding minor. And so at this point in the game, the Americans were on the power play. They had a 5-on-3, and they took full advantage of it. It started off with Colton Hargrove getting his 28th of the year. And that was assisted by Liam Finley and Colton Saucerman. That was a power play goal on the 5-on-3. But the problem was the 5-on-3 continued as they took the first part of Andrew Nielsen's double minor off the board. So you still had the Jameson penalty and the Nielsen penalty still in play. And so that kept the Americans on a 5-on-3. And then 14-19 into the second period, Liam Finley found the back of the net, his 25th of the year, and that was assisted by Hargrove and Combs. The Americans' weapons, their big playmakers, they started firing away, and then they got their second power play goal and their second of the game. That was a 2-4 game. And then 15 minutes and 12 seconds into the second period, Hank Crone made it a 3-4 game, getting his 28th of the year. And so that's where we stand so far. It's a 4-3 game in favor of the Grizzlies in a game that they led 4-0, but got in some penalty trouble, and now they find themselves only one above the Americans in this game. Shots were 13-10 in favor of the Grizzlies after the first period, but in the second period, Allen outshot the Grizzlies 14-7. And so now Allen leads the shot count 24-20. But Tyson, earlier on, you mentioned Dylan Fitz taking a lot of shots. He's got 4 in this game, but he's only bested by 1 with Taryn Pfizer, who's got 5. Cam Strong has 3 shots in this game. But I think there was also a critical moment in the second period where Ryan Gagnon was streaking towards the net, and he was really just trying to drive the net, but he ended up catching Parikh up high. And after that, Lucas Parikh was very woozy. We saw him go down. And there was also a moment afterwards where there was a whistle blown, and he took his helmet off. He was down on his knees. Nobody went to go check on him. Lucas remained in the game until the second intermission, but you got to think that he's not 100%, and he probably wasn't 100% on those power plays.
Nobody wanted to go check on him because Jay Stevens, who's over 50 years old, is the emergency backup, and he is the backup tonight as Garrett Metcalf, if you joined us late, got loaned to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers earlier today. That's not too much of a surprise considering Metcalf was in AHL camp with the Wranglers, and he made quite the impression over in Calgary. So much so that if Calgary needed a goaltender, Metcalf would have been one of the goaltenders they were considering calling. Well, Calgary needed a goaltender. They called Metcalf, and obviously he's now up in the AHL. And I don't think they wanted to go see if Lucas Parikh was okay or not. That was when the game was still 4-0. Obviously, Allen got the power play, and it's just kind of tough that it's a double minor for high sticking. And after all, the referee didn't make the call initially. It's almost like Hank Crone and the 2 linesmen talked him into it. And then, Allen got on the power play. They scored in the first half of Nilsson's double minor, but the problem is it was a 5-on-3 as Jameson was in the box as well. And then, Allen, as good teams do, they took advantage of that opportunity. They took full advantage of the opportunity and got their maximum amount of 3 goals on that power play. And so that's really what it comes down to. The Grizzlies dominated the game up until that point, not only leading 4-0, but really dominating puck possession. They've dominated on the faceoff circle. Grizzlies have won 38 faceoffs to Allen's 13. And so the Grizzlies really dominating play, and those 3 power play goals really changed momentum as they scored 3 power play goals in the span of a minute and 30. And so we got ourselves an interesting 1-goal hockey game. Joe Ernst from the league is actually here in attendance tonight. I wonder if he's here partly because of how crazy the final game was in that series 3 weeks ago between the Grizzlies and Americans. Utah had 96 penalty minutes. Allen had 50. It was an ultra-physical series throughout. So I wonder if that's what Joe Ernst is doing here. He was pretty much one of the head honchos in the league. Former IHL official, Joe Ernst.
Well, he's taken in a really good game here tonight. And this game's crazy, just like the last one, but for a different reason. And on that penalty, I've got a few questions coming out of this second period. But, on that penalty, I didn't know that the referees could go back and review a high-sticking penalty like that, a double minor. I'm trying to look through the rule book and see what I can find.
But they didn't go to the monitor over at the scores table. It's just like
they just came together, held a conference, and made a decision. But all I see in the rule book is on a double minor penalty. On Rule 60.3, it says when a player carries or holds any part of his stick above the shoulders and makes contact with his opponent's neck, face, or head, so that injury results in the manner of drawing blood or otherwise, the referee or linesman shall assess a double minor penalty. So I don't know, because immediately it looked like initially that they weren't going to call that penalty.
Yeah.
We were going to play on. But then they came together. Hank Crone made this big scene out of it. He goes to the bench, puts the towel on his face, shows the blood, and says, hey, you know. And so I wonder at what point has that passed where the referees have made that initial decision and they can go back on that prior decision and change it. So I'm going to try and keep digging through the rule book, and maybe I'll find something towards the end of the game. We'll talk about it post game, but there's just that question that I have. And also the question of Lucas Parikh. I understand that we have the E-Bug and Jay Stevens sitting on the bench, and hopefully we don't have to see Mr. Stevens. All due respect to him. But I'm surprised that nobody went over to check on Parikh. You know, I think there's got to be that due diligence that, while we don't want to see Jay Stevens come into the game, somebody has to go check on Parikh, because you got to think Gagnon, he hit him up high. I think that was a shot to the head with the knee or the skate,
I think it was
whatever it may
either
have
skate.
been.
It was like Gagnon just kind of got hit, and then Parikh got, you know.
Regardless, he crashed the net, and that's a head injury, and especially when in a sport like hockey where they're trying to be more aware of hits to the head. I'm just really surprised that nobody came out and checked on Lucas Parikh.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's just almost like you don't want to see, you don't want to really look, because you know what that could potentially mean. I think for the Grizzlies, it's just, it's a 1-goal game. Does this have the feeling of next school wins, matters? I mean, we might be skating 4-on-4. We might. Colby McCauley and Andrew Nilsson each got matching roughing minors. We might just skate 5-on-5 to start the third period. So both guys will be in the penalty box. They got a little bit of a kerfuffle there at the end of the second period. But really, you think about the Grizzlies, it's just like, can you get back that momentum? I think the Grizzlies tried to do that there late in the second period. But it's just, you're blowing out Allen. You got that 4-goal lead, and really the 3 power play goals just kind of woke up the Americans a little bit.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think at this point in the game, while the Grizzlies are leading by 1, I think the mindset coming into the third period needs to be, hey, we have a 1-goal lead, but in our minds, this game is tied. We got to play like this game is tied, or that we're down in this game. We can't just let up in this third period. We have to go and continue to put pedals in the middle and take it to the Americans. They've done a really good job for the most part in this game of dictating the terms and really dominating offensively. I'd like to see the Grizzlies try and get back to that in the third period. I know it's going to be tough after giving up those 3 goals in the second, but you got to find a way to overcome that and win this game. That's what playoff teams do. And if the Grizzlies want to be a playoff team, they're going to have to find a way to do that.
Now, we said that Cam Strong got an assist on Utah's 4th goal. That's what the piece of paper said. It looks like they changed it to Aaron Tho. So Tho gets an assist instead of Cam Strong on the goal that Penner scored 11:48 into the second period. So just 1 point for Cam Strong tonight, which is a goal. Grizzlies already have multiple point performances from Taryn Pfizer, who has 1 goal and 2 assists and a +3 rating, and Andrew Nilsson, who picked up 2 assists in the first period. When we come back, we'll give you some scores from the NHL, some scores from the ECHL, and we'll have third period action here at Maverik Center as Utah leads Allen 4-3 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Utah leads Allen 4-3. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. 2 games have gone final in the NHL. Calgary over Arizona 6-3. And the New York Islanders get a 2-1 home victory over the Winnipeg Jets. 55 seconds left in regulation. The Chicago Blackhawks lead the Dallas Stars 4-3. That game in the final minute of regulation. It's a national TV game on TNT. The ECHL games involving Mountain Division opponents. A big 4-3 victory for the Florida Everblades over the Kansas City Mavericks. So Kansas City stays with 50 standings points on the season. Allen has 49. Utah has 47. The Grizzlies' regulation victory means that they will tie with Allen for 4th place in the Mountain Division and just be 1 point away from Kansas City, who's in 3rd place Now, if Allen comes away with 2 standings points, then they jump Kansas City, and they would be in 3rd place in the Mountain Division standings. So, big game for both teams. And for the Grizzlies, obviously a big series, considering where Allen is on the standings and really being here at Maverik Center, trying to protect home ice. The Grizzlies are just 9-11 at home, while Allen on the road is even 13-13 on the season.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think this is a big game, but I think what it's going to come down to is, can the Grizzlies win this in regulation? You don't want to surrender that point to Allen, and when you know that these points in this playoff race are going to be huge. For the Grizzlies, you're up by 1. Find a way to settle this in the next 20 minutes. You don't want to go to overtime.
Could be big for the next goals. Andrew Nilsson having a conversation with referee Trevor Wolford as he's serving 2 minutes for roughing, and Kobe McCauley is also serving 2 minutes for roughing. Looks like we're going to skate 5-on-5 to start this 3rd period. Allen has outshot Utah 24-20. Bryson Martin will start the 3rd period on the ice with James Shearer. The starting forwards are Tyler Penner and Taryn Fizer. And this has got to be one of Taryn Fizer's best games of the season. 1 goal and 2 assists. And really, it's just more than that. Taryn Fizer's a +3, and he's been outstanding for the Grizzlies here so far.
Yeah, Tyson, Taryn Fizer, even in this game, but over the last couple of games, he's really taken his play to the next level. And we talked about it in the open, was who's going to step up in the absence of Cameron Wright? Well, it seems like Taryn Fizer has done just that.
Draw at center ice is won by Allen. They skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. In your mind's eye, see it on YouTube. As Colton Sossaman feeds to the far side, glanced off the skate of Colton Hargrove. As Utah back in their own zone, as Bryson Martin will pitch it ahead. As it goes to Tyler Penner, feeds it across to Fizer. Fizer over to Shearer, bounced off the stick of Hargrove. Shearer skates after it along the near boards, but Maverik gets there first. Maverik throws it behind his back, but every Allen American was skating the other way. Shearer feeds to the right side. Fizer couldn't reach it. As Maverik will keep the puck on the far side. He's being shadowed by Tyler Penner. Maverik throws it to Sossaman. As he'll feed it ahead. We're skating 4-on-4 actually here to start the 3rd period. As Hargrove to the left side, drops it off. Raby's over there. Raby got held up by Hargrove, but no penalty. Raby throws it to Bryson Martin behind Utah's net. As he'll feed it ahead as it goes to neutral ice. Dalton Skelly gathers it, throws it to Finley, who skates back into the Allen zone. As we're 1 minute into the 3rd period, Utah still leads 4-3. Neither team's taken a shot here so far in the 3rd. Finley around Allen's net. The Americans with a patient approach here. As Finley to neutral ice, gets around, stops. Raby still in front of him. Now Finley tries to get around Raby as Finley gains the line. Fitz takes it away. Fitz has the puck glide a little bit too far in front of him as Skelly takes it. So he'll skate around Allen's net. He'll stop behind Luke Parasini as he'll drop it off as Finley skates down the middle. As he crosses the center ice logo, now he'll veer off to the right. He's onside and throws it to the right corner for Jack Combs, who collided with McDonald, who drifts it back to Fitz, does McDonald. Fitz flies along the left wing and crosses center ice. Now Fitz skates towards the left circle, takes a shot and it goes wide as he tried to go stick side on Parasini. 15 seconds left in the 4-on-4 situation. As though with a left wing pass to Raby. Raby to the left being shadowed by Skelly. Raby centers it, but nobody there but an Allen American, and it's Zachary Massicott. As Raby and Fitz will come off the ice. And Nilsson and McCauley are on the ice. We're back to 5-on-5 skating as Allen crosses center ice. Chad Butcher gains the line, skates towards the left circles. He still has it. As Butcher drops off to the high slot. Allen feeds the middle, picked off by Martin, who will bounce it off an American as it rolls back into the Grizzlies zone. As Allen to the far side, Kyle Pouncey gains center ice and dumps it in. As Parasini over to the far side. Robidoux chases after it, neutral ice. He crosses center. Robidoux now to the left circle as looks to center, but it rolls towards Parikh, who covers up. Good defensive play by Christian Simeone, who's gotten a lot more playing time over the last four or five games. And Simeone really has played good hockey, both with and without the puck.
Yeah, Tyson, he really has. He's brought a lot of speed to his game. I like the way that he's playing, and he's really noticeable out here. I've noticed him a lot throughout the course of this game. He's been a really solid impact player for the Grizzlies so far.
Draws in the left circle. As Utah still leads 4-3. Neither team has scored here so far in the third. As Utah scored the first 4 goals of the game, and then Allen has scored 3 unanswered. Neither team has taken a shot here officially so far in the third. Utah wins the draw as Andrew Nilsson around his net, former third-round pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He'll throw it ahead to Dakota Raby. Michalczyk gets held up at center ice. Fans wanted a call as Michalczyk gets it back to Nilsson. He'll throw it to Shearer back in the Grizzly zone. Shearer across to Nilsson. Andrew on the near side will gain neutralized. He gets back checked by Crone as Nilsson avoids a check of Hargrove as Jamison carries it over the line to the left side, drops off for Raby. Raby with the lefty shot, and it bounced off the stick of Hargrove and flies towards the end boards as Shearer throws it around Allen's net. Michalchuk gets around Mallory, but Mallory has the puck as he's on the far side. He'll get it back to the left as Allen gathers it. 3-on-3, they cross center ice. Hargrove drops out to the left side. Allen skates in. Toe drag shot, saved by Preek. Rebound shot. Oh, it's laying in front of the crease. Preek throws it. Now Skelly right side shot, and it's blocked as two Grizzlies are down on the ice. They get back to their feet. Now left side, tossing over to Skelly. One-timer, and it goes wide. Andrew Nilsson's hurt. He's on two knees. He's slow to get back to his feet. Crone throws to the left side. Now Nilsson's back up as Allen tried to throw it towards the crease from the left corner. That's picked off as Nilsson's still slow to get up. As he's slow to get off the ice. Nilsson looks like he's hurt. This will be looked at by the Grizzlies trainer, Colin Lee. Puck deep in the Allen zone. The Americans have the puck as Andrew Nilsson will get looked at. Out to neutralize. Allen, Liam Finley crosses center ice. Will feed it to the left for Massicott. Massicott left point shot. Pad saved by Preek. The puck flies out of play off the protective netting with 15:56 left in the third.
Yeah, Tyson, and just an update on Andrew Nilsson. He immediately went into the tunnel and just collapsed. The trainers are looking at him right now. Hopefully he's going to be okay. And if he's not able to go for the rest of this game, it's a big loss for the Grizzlies.
Draws give me in the far circle. Butcher will take it against Tyler Penner. Allen wins the face-off. His Mascot left wing shot saved by Preek. Rebound out in front, and it goes to Utah. As Pfizer skates down the middle. He's got great speed. He'll throw it to his right for McDonald. Connor, the Grizzlies captain, skates towards the corner. Mascot poked it away. Up ahead to Chad Butcher. 2-on-3. Butcher gains the line left side. Drops it off for Combs. Now Finley down the middle. Take a righty shot. Saved by Preek. Rebound goes to the far side. Taken back by Galley, but he loses the zone. As Allen will back it out and reset as they'll tap it off the near boards. Taken by Aaron Tho, who skates along the left wing wall. He'll fire a left wing shot. Saved by Parasini. Now taken by Chad Butcher. 4-on-3. Crosses center ice. Butcher gains the line. Trying to drop it off. Martin with a good hit as he knocked down Butcher. Grizzlies come back the other way. Penner to the right side. Steps over the line. Skates towards the circle. Look to center to Strong. Puck bounced off the skate of Galley. Now over to Cam Strong. He'll feed it to the right side, but the puck went through the legs of Tyler Penner. And Grant Hebert gathers it in the far corner. Penner pounded his stick along the far glass in frustration. Hebert crosses center ice and dumps it in. Strong and Martin over there as Hebert with good speed skates to and throws it over to the far side. Hebert 6'4", 200. He's a good player. As it goes out to the left side for Cam Strong. He'll feed it back into the Grizzly zone for Martin. Martin loses the puck as Robidoux to the right side. As Martin hits Robidoux. As it goes back to Cam Strong, we'll tap it off the far glass. It goes over the head of Hebert. And at the Allen blue line, Mallory will gather the puck. He'll feed it out to neutralize for Justin Young. Young wearing number 28 will button hook, cross center ice. Now bouncing off the face of Hebert. Hebert gathers it, throws it across. Picked off by the Rooster. Jordan Martell to the right side, gains the line. Looks to center it over to Cam Strong in the left circle. He gets it poked away by Justin Young. Young gets it, and he'll nudge it ahead to Mallory. Mallory with the left wing pass to Sosserman, who gets to neutralize, crosses center, and lifts it in with a backhand pass. It goes deep in the Grizzly zone. A Shearer feeds it back to McDonald. It looks like McDonald's going to be paired up with Shearer with Andrew Nilsson in the tunnel. Center ice pass to Simeone. Simeone crosses the center ice logo and dumps it into the right corner. He gets off the ice after a good shift. As Allen back deep in their own zone has the puck. Utah leads 4-3, 13:40 and counting left in the third. As Colton Hargrove collides with Shearer. Shearer pound for pound, maybe the toughest guy on this team. Crone, right wing, shot blocked by McDonald. Puck glides towards the right corner. As Shearer throws it behind his back for McDonald. Now ahead to Michalchuk, who gains neutralized. He'll throw it back to the slot. Puck bounced off of the skate of Jamison. Now Hank Crone skates to the right side, takes a shot. Saved by Preek. And Lucas holds on as the Grizzlies turn the puck over at neutralized. Crone skates to the right circle, take a lefty shot. But Preek made the save. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Americans 3. 13:18 left in the third. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
Let's turn the mics on first. 13-18 left in the third period. Grizzlies still lead 4-3. What have you seen over the last few minutes, Guy?
Well, Tyson, I think I like the way the Grizzlies are playing so far in this third period. They've managed to keep this thing a little close, not let Allen back into it. Update, Andrew Nielsen is back, and he's out on the ice right now.
Allen won the faceoff, and the Grizzlies took it away as Utah feeds out to center. Now Allen regathers it. As Allen's taken 30 shots, the Grizzlies 21. So the Americans with a big edge in shots here to start the third period. As Dalton Skelly gains center ice and rolls along the boards. Now McCall to the far side, gets poked away by Zachary Massicott. Allen does have two separate defensemen whose first names are Dalton. As Skelly throws it back to McCauley, and back to the left side for Crone. He steps over the line. Now Massicott, left side shot, and it goes wide. As the puck glides along the near wing board, Skelly feeds it back behind Utah's net. As Crone over to Hargrove. One-timer, saved by Parikh. That's a high, hard shot. Oh, boy. Parikh's helmet flew off, and he looks like he's a little bit woozy. The backup is Jay Stevens. Remember, Parikh was a little bit woozy in the second period. He's on two knees. Jay Stevens' heart is in his throat right now. Utah leads 4-3, but it looks like Parikh is dazed. As Parikh asks for the trainer, Colin Lee, to come out. Week could go viral. Jay Stevens plays the last 12 minutes and 7 seconds left, and gets victory for the Grizzlies. Jay Stevens, the emergency backup, is over 50 years old. He played in one game and went viral as he played about 9 or 10 minutes in a game against the Rapid City Rush in the 2016-2017 season. Remember, Trent Miner is up in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles, and earlier today, Garrett Metcalf was loaned to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers. Parikh is on two knees as Colin Lee checking him over. Brian Kanasowicz and Jared Pike, the two Grizzlies coaches, looking on with great intent. And, Guy, this could be quite the story if Jay Stevens has to come in a one-goal contest.
Yeah, Tyson, this is unbelievable. Parikh is back up to his feet, and it looks like he's going to stay in the net, but we definitely got to watch after him. I mean, he took a hit from Gagnon earlier in the second period. Now he takes a shot, and his helmet just popped clean off.
That was a blast in the left point by Colton, or the left circle from Colton Hargrove.
I mean, hopefully he's going to be okay for the rest of this game, but we certainly have to watch out for his health here.
Utah leads 4-3, 12:37 left in the third. The Americans have outshot the Grizzlies 7-1 here so far in the third period. Utah wins the draw, and Connor McDonald clears out the center, bounced off the glass, and flies out of play as it goes into section 125. Actually, it's in section 126 in row 3, comes away with a souvenir. I wonder if Jay Stevens was in the backup and you had like either Miner or Metcalf in net. I wonder if Parikh's still in the game.
Yeah, Tyson, I have been questioning that myself. I think at some point you got to weigh your options and wonder if it's better for Parikh to just sit the remainder of this out.
Parikh says he's good to go, and so is Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer. Utah wins the draw. They throw it towards the Allen blue line. As Taryn Pfizer gets poked away. Fitz gets it. High slot shot. It's blocked by Dalton Galley. As Fitz gets the puck back, he skates towards the left point. He'll roll it around the boards. Penner gets hit by Gagnon. As it goes to Taryn Pfizer on the right side, back towards Penner. It's picked off by Gagnon. Penner takes it away. He's got a goal tonight. He has 9 on the season. Gagnon pokes it out to center ice. As Aaron Tho out to the left side, cross the center. Tho gains the line, skates towards the left circle. Tho gets pushed by Gagnon, gets off balance. Puck rolls back to Colton Sossaman, who's behind the Allen goal line. He'll drift it to the far boards for Jack Combs. Combs will feed it over to Liam Finley. Finley will move it ahead. It's picked off by Bryson Martin at the Utah blue line. 11:40 and counting left in the third. Utah still leads 4-3. Fits in the left wing, crosses center ice and drifts it in. Pfizer skates over there as Mallory has a bounce off him. Sossaman has a puck lift on him as it goes to Fitz left wing. He feeds it across, just avoided the referee. As Cam Strong skates along the far goal line, takes a shot, saved by Parasini. As Fitz gets it in the left side, he'll fire towards the net. Glove saved by Parasini. And the Allen goaltender holds on with 11:18 left in the third.
Well, and Tyson, just to go back to Parikh for just a second, I mean, we know he's a fierce competitor, and every guy on this team is. I think at what point does someone on the bench say, that's enough, and you come out? And obviously, they did their due diligence. They went and checked after him, so he must be okay, but I don't know. He's taken a beating in this game.
He's not 100%, but he's going to stay in there. He's a hockey player after all. As a draw won by Allen. So Colton Sossaman feeds it across to Mallory on the far side. Mallory fanned on clearing it out. He's battling with Jordan Martell. Martell pins Mallory along the boards. Cam Strong over there as well. Now Martell gets it, skates around the Allen net. Now to Martin, left side shot. Saved by Parasini. I think Robidoux got a stick on it as the puck deflects out of play off the protective netting. And even 11 minutes left in the third. Utah leads 4-3, and I think it's going to be important here late in regulation to limit Allen's shot count, as the Americans have the majority of the shots here in the third period.
Yeah, Tyson. And just recently, the Grizzlies took a really good quality shot of their own. Unfortunately, Robidoux's stick was in the right place at the right time, and I really think that puck was headed towards the back of the net. So Robidoux probably just saved his team a goal.
Everybody thinks of him as a guy that drops the gloves and plays ultra physical, but Robidoux is more than just that as a player. He does a lot of things to help his team win. Grizzlies win the draw. Sure, left point shot on. It hits the pipe. The iron unkind. It stays 4-3. Puck crosses center ice. Jared Bethune rolls it along the net. Preet plays behind his net, and he feeds it off the glass. Or he feed it up. It looked like he bounced off the glass and went towards the protective netting. Luckily, it hit the glass, or else if it would have just sailed over the protective netting, it would have been delay of game. It did hit off the glass, so no penalty for delay of game on Lucas Preet.
Well, Tyson Shearer was just inches away from giving the Grizzlies an insurance goal. And that sound that puck made off the post was strange. It was more of a bonk instead of a ping like you usually hear.
As Grizzlies win the draw, as Utah feeds out the center ice, and bounced out the stick of Hayden Crone as it goes back to Allen in their own zone as Dalton Skelly feeds across to Massicott, who may be the biggest of all the Allen defensemen tonight. He skates down the middle, now step over the offensive blue line, spins along the wall. Shearer behind the net, feeds it back to the far side for Nilsson, across to Raby, picked off by Hargrove. Hargrove throws it to Skelly. He'll take a lefty shot, and it's blocked by Shearer out in front of the net. As Utah will lift it out to center ice, Raby in it. As Massicott played it, not with a high stick, though. As Skelly, right side, steps over the line, skates towards the right side, backhand shot, saved by Preek. Rebound goes to Raby. He'll feed it towards the near boards as Penner will move it out to center ice. Regathered by Colby McCauley. He'll throw it across to Massicott. Now ahead to Hargrove. Left side, Hargrove. Tried to chip it out in front to Crone. It's gloved by Preek as he holds on with 9:53 left in the third. So Lucas holding strong here as the Grizzlies maintain a 1-goal lead. Lucas has won each of his last 3 starts, and he's really settled in and had a pretty good run of it for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Tyson, Lucas Parikh is such a warrior. He's had a really strong game. Don't forget, in the first period and early on, he stopped Liam Finley on 2 breakaways.
Yeah, can't underestimate that, really. Those 2 breakaways that Finley had in the first period. Utah wins the draw. Connor McDonald lifts it high into the air, goes just under the video board at center ice. As Gagnon moves it ahead, Penner near the Grizzlies bench, feeds it across to Tho. Tho on the left side, steps over the blue line. He's onside as he drives it around the boards as he got hit by Ryan Gagnon. Allen gathers it. Jack Combs moves ahead. Finley's got his 3rd break. Oh, Finley had to bounce off his skate. He would have had a breakaway if he would have caught that cleanly. But it goes to Chad Butcher. Now up top for Galley. He rolls along the boards. Combs behind the net. Takes the puck. He's double teamed by the Grizzlies' 2 defensemen, Tho and McDonald. Tho gets the puck. They'll move it ahead to Penner. As Penner with the left wing pass to Fitz near center ice. It bounced off of Fitz's stick, rolls back to Gagnon. As the Grizzlies get new forwards on the ice. As Allen crosses center ice, Dalton Galley will dump it in. As playing it is Bryson Martin as the puck rolls around Utah's net. Left wing pass to Fitz. Fitz steps over the offensive line, drifts it to the corner for Martell, who collided with Mallory. And Robidoux takes the puck. As Martell lost his stick, he picks it up. Robidoux skates down the middle. Now feed it over to the left circle. He's around the net, takes a shot, and hits the side of the net on a backhand attempt. As the puck deflected off his stick and flies out of play off the protective netting. 8:41 left in the third. Utah still leads 4-3.
Well, Tyson, just to go back to that Liam Finley potential breakaway, this is a guy that would have been his 3rd in the game. This is a guy, he's not very big. He's only 5'7", 155 pounds, but man, does he have a lot of speed. And it just seems that he goes unnoticed and just finds his way at the blue line, and will do these stretch passes to him, and he'll find a way to split the defense. Grizzlies have to find a way to stop that.
Allen wins the draw, left point shot. Pad saved by Preek. It's Robidoux behind the net, gets held up by Martin. Allen to the right side over to Sauceman. Sauceman right side, shot saved by Preek. The net gets dislodged as Preek covered up the near side. And Preek did a really good job as the net got dislodged. The puck hit the post on the shot from Sauceman. Kind of had that similar sound, maybe a little bit more of a ping than what you heard from Shearer. As they put the net back in place with 8:27 left in the third.
Yeah, I'd say that was more of a ping there, but good for Lucas Parikh. He was on his post, so much so that the net came off its pegs there. But if the Grizzlies are going to win this game, Lucas Parikh is going to have to be solid the rest of the way.
8:27 left in the third. As off the drop, Allen lost their glove, and it was Robidoux. Right side, Abear feeds to the corner, taken away by Strong. He'll move it out to center ice for Martel. Bounced off his stick and rolls towards Maverik. He'll get it across to Sossaman, near side. He'll pitch it ahead, looking for Abear. He couldn't reach it. And the whistle blows as Allen's called for icing with 8:08 left in the third.
Well, that's a big play here for the Grizzlies because now the play goes back into the Allen zone. If you win this faceoff and you're able to control the puck and really get some good puck movement around, shift some guys around, get somebody in front of the net, in front of Parasini, you could have yourself the recipe for a good scoring chance.
Allen has outshot Utah 10-2 in the third period. Allen has a 34-22 edge in shots here so far. The Grizzlies scored the first 4 goals of the game, and then Allen scored 3 power play goals in the span of a minute 30. We've got a 1-goal game. We've had an entertaining one. Make sure to come out for AFCU Friday and Grizzlies Fight Cancer Weekend, presented by Mountain America Credit, Mountain Land Supply Company. As Allen throws along the near boards, rolls towards Parikh, and past the goal line as icing is called once again on Allen. With 7:59 left in the third. It's Grizzlies Fight Cancer Weekend, presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. The Grizzlies are wearing the same jerseys that they're wearing tonight. Those Grizzlies Fight Cancer jerseys. You can actually get them at the team store. In fact, my brother got one of those Grizzlies Fight Cancer jerseys at the team store. You can do that this weekend. We should do that. Draw one by the Grizzlies, but it goes past Andrew Nilsson out to neutral ice. Allen makes the line changes. Nilsson bouncing off a Cole Tarchy's stick, and it flies into the Allen zone. As the Americans move it over the head of Hank Crone. Colton Hargrove, 2-on-3. He'll skate to the right side, gets around James Shearer. Hargrove shot saved by Parikh. Now Hank Crone gets to take a shot. On it goes over the crossbar and off the glass. McCauley from the left wing takes a shot saved by Parikh. Hargrove drops it off for Dalton Skelly. Now back to Crone, back to Skelly, but he didn't have a stick on the ice, and the puck bounced off his stick and goes to neutral ice. Skelly rolls it along the boards. Nilsson on the right side gathers it. He'll move it out to center ice for Penner. Now to Pfizer. Pfizer skates towards the right circle, trying to find Penner cutting in front of the net. And the puck glided off of Skelly's stick and rolls wide. Boy, Dalton Skelly's played a good game as Pfizer centers it. Fitz gets pushed by McCauley. Taking the puck is Massicott. He skates along the far boards. About 7 minutes left in regulation. Left wing across the center ice and zips it around the boards. Though moves it out to Pfizer. Now Fitz loses it. Hargrove at neutral ice will feed it back into the Allen zone for Zachary Massicott. 6:49 and counting left in the third. Utah still leads 4-3. Neither team has scored here so far in the third. As fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Near wing pass to Chad Butchery. Across the center ice. Skates down the middle. He gets it poked away by Dylan Fitz, who's been outstanding tonight. Pfizer across the center ice with the puck deflected into the bench area. With 6:32 left in the third. Draw's going to be at center ice. And Allen looks like they're being the aggressor offensively, but the Grizzlies are holding on to this 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Tyson, as we creep closer towards the end of this game, or potentially the end of this game, if it ends in regulation, the Grizzlies have done a good job of stopping Allen so far, but they're going to have to find a way to keep doing that.
Grizzlies win the draw. Dylan Fitz dumps it in from neutral ice as Taryn Pfizer, sharp angle shot saved by Parasini. Rebound shot by Penner. Parasini makes that save as well. As Allen out to neutral ice, gathers the puck. As Chad Butcher has been active tonight, he's being shadowed by Penner. Now across the Gagnon, 6:10 and counting left in the third. He'll pass out to the Allen blue line for Finley. Bounced off of him. Now Golly crosses center ice. He loses it. As Aaron Throw feeds it back to center ice, bouncing puck. Rolls off a Martel stick at center ice and rolls towards Parasini. And the Allen goaltender covers up with 5:58 left in the third. Timeout on the ice. We'll find out how this one ends when we come back, as it's the Grizzlies 4, the Americans 3 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life. I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Utah leads 4-3. What do the Grizzlies need to do to secure 2 standings points?
Well, Tyson, as I was talking about earlier, this game is coming to a close. Grizzlies have done a good job defensively, but Allen's a really good team at moving the puck. The Grizzlies need to find a way to limit their puck movement if they want to win this game.
Draw in the Allen zone, rolls towards the corner. And now the Americans, Hank Crone, one of the best players in the league. Near side, cross the center ice. He drives along the boards. He'll spin it to the right corner. Kyle Pouncey gets it. He'll spin it back to the left side. It bounced off of Sossaman, rolls towards Simeone, who glides it back the other way to the right side. Gathered by the Americans, who pitch it back across. Hank Crone looking for Hargrove behind the net. Puck rolls towards the far corner. Simeone holds up an American as Hargrove over there. Kobe McCauley hacks away. 2 Grizzlies and 2 Americans. Utah comes out of the pile with the puck. Pass ahead. It bounced off an American at center ice. They were looking for Cam Strong. The pass connected. Strong would have had a breakaway. 5:13 and counting left in the third. The Allen Americans trailing by 1 have the puck as Sossaman crosses center ice. Skates down the middle. Fires a shot. Kick saved by Preek. Rebound goes towards the far corner as Sossaman spins it around. Martin moves it ahead to Raby, near side. He throws it to the blue line for Kolatarsi, and it's picked off by Hargrove and rolls towards Mallory. As Kolatarsi at center ice, the Grizzlies get some new skaters out there as Kolatarsi's playing forward once again. Allen deep in their own zone, 4:45 and counting left in the third. Neither team scored here so far in the final frame of regulation as Liam Finley with great speed crosses center ice, drives around the boards. Allen chips it back towards Finley, cut off by Shearer. He's got an A on his sweater. As rolls back over towards Hebert. Finley, now Combs. Combs has the puck in the right side, takes a lefty shot. Saved by Preek. As Combs tried to go 5-hole on Preek. And Lucas gathers it. 4:21 left in the third. Utah still leads 4-3. It's a late one here tonight. Game didn't start till 8:30. As Allen had some travel issues, they had to come here literally at the last second, about half their team. It took 2 separate flights to get here. The second flight got here about, 2 hours before face-off, maybe 3. Grizzlies win the draw as Andrew Nilsson moves ahead. It goes to center ice. Taryn Pfizer will dump it back into the Allen zone, regathered by Grant Hebert. They'll feed it across to Dalton Skelly. Will backhand it to neutral ice as Massicott will feed a left wing pass. It goes past Jack Combs and rolls deep in the Grizzlies zone. Sure over there. He collided with Hebert as Finley in the corner. And we'll move it out to the point. Now Allen to the right side as Hebert fanned on the pass that rolls towards Skelly in the right point. Skelly gets it back to Hebert as he skates back towards the right corner, spins along the wall. Back to Nilsson, who will move it out to the far side. Grizzlies skate from right to left as he gets neutralized. Taryn Pfizer across the center red line. He'll dump it into the left corner as Fitz skates after it, but Skelly gets there first. Boy, Dalton Skelly's been very active tonight. He's got great speed. As the puck glides towards the Allen blue line, Fitz gets it and dumps it back to the corner. Dalton Skelly regathers the puck. This season, Skelly has 11 assists in 41 games. He hasn't scored a goal. Over to the far side, Hargrove feeds it across. Chasing after it's Gagnon as it's gathered by Tho, who will ricochet off the near wall. Martel gains center ice, 3:11 left in the third. Martel to the high slot, gets it from Strong. And Martel trying to get it back to Strong in the slot, and it's picked off by Allen. Kobe McCauley crosses center ice, wearing number 29. Gets around Simeone, gains the line onside, but loses the puck. Strong in the corner on the near side. He's got a goal tonight, 9 this season. Lifts over to the head of Gagnon as the puck slides all the way deep in the Allen zone. Gathered by Golly. He skates around his own net, being back checked by Martel. Golly with the long stride crosses center ice. Now right point, shot saved by Preek. And Lucas holds on with 2:39 left in the third.
Well, that's a great save there by Lucas Preek. And you got to think at some point, Allen coach Chad Costello is going to try and pull Luke Parasini, get that extra skater out there. If he wants to be aggressive, he could do it now. It looks like he's not going to. But you got to think that's coming in the coming seconds here.
2 minutes, 39 seconds left in the third. Allen's up to 38 shots. The Grizzlies have taken 24. So the Americans have outshot the Grizzlies 14-4 here in the third period. As Allen wins the draw, Sossaman throws to the right corner as it rolls around. Martin has a glance off his stick. As Chad Butcher on the left side skates towards the point. Now he feeds it across to Finley. He's on the right side near the boards. Finley fakes to his left, fakes to his right. Now gets it to Sossaman. Right side takes a shot and is blocked by the stick of Jamison. As Grizzlies Colatarcio bouncing off the far glass, goes back to center ice for Finley. Finley's got the shoulder shake before every pass. Grizzlies gather it. Raby at neutral ice, dumps it in as Parasini plays it in the crease, and they'll give it over to Maverik. He's in the near corner. Jamison in the area as the puck kicks off the stanchion. Raby in the right point gets it, and so skate around Butcher. As Raby loses the puck in the corner, Sossaman will dish it out to Butcher. Butcher moves it ahead as Finley crosses center ice. Finley slides into the offensive zone over to Maverik, right side. He takes a shot, kick saved by Preek. Rebound, Bryson Martin moves it ahead to Raby. It bounced off the Sossaman, goes out to center ice. 1:43 left in the third. Allen still has Parasini in net. Grizz are up by 1. Finley around to Sossaman. He's in the near side. As he'll chip it ahead. As Kobe McCauley gets around Sossaman. As he'll feed a left wing pass. As Hank Chrome dumps it in. And Parasini comes off the ice. Preek throws it towards the near side. Hits a stanchion. A 6-on-5. Allen's net's empty. 1:20 left in regulation. Penner will chip it off the near wing board. Skelly skates towards the right side. Feeds it over to Crone. Crone skates towards his left over to Hargrove. One-timer. He fanned on it as it glided along the ice and went wide towards the left side. Now Penner gets it. And he'll lift it in the air. As it goes to neutral ice. Gathered by Abear. Make that Hank Crone. 1 minute left in the third period. Utah leads 4-3. Allen's net is empty. Sossaman at center ice. We'll dump it in onto Preek. Preek gathers on one hop of the ice. Preek fires towards the empty net. It bounced off the glove of Jamison and rolls towards the near corner. Preek would have wanted that one. As Malaria around the net. 42 seconds left. Utah's up by 1. Malaria drops it off for Crone. He crosses center ice. Crone to the left side. Gets around Pfizer. Crone looks to center. Picked off by Fitz. Fitz lifts it out to center ice for Pfizer. Pfizer to the right side, fires the empty net, and he scores! This baby's in the refrigerator as Terran Pfizer gets his second of the game, and Utah's taking a 5-3 lead. Have a night, Terran Pfizer. It's his 4th point of the evening. 2 goals and 2 assists. He's definitely the number 1 star tonight as Utah looks like they're going to win their 4th of their last 5 games. They'll pick up a standing point in 6 straight.
Well, and Tyson, after a second period where it seems like everything was going wrong for the Grizzlies, a 4-goal lead turned into a 4-3 game. But the Grizzlies find a way, and the Grizzlies survive.
Utah's going to be tied with Allen for 4th place in the Mountain Division. Both teams will have 49 standings points, 1 point behind Kansas City for 3rd as Kansas City lost 4-3 in regulation to the Florida Everblades. Puck deep in the Allen zone. The Americans feed it over to the far side. Parasini's in net now. As rolls to neutral ice. Penner Pouncey dumps it in. It goes back to the Americans. 4 seconds left. Allen gains center ice. Galley skates towards his left. And he'll hold on to the puck. And that will do it. Grizzlies win. Grizzlies win 5-3. And there is no doubt about it, as they now have a standing point in 6 straight games. And how about Terran Pfizer? He had 2 goals and 2 assists, was a +3. And you think about that empty net goal there, picking up his 2nd goal. And for Terran Pfizer, it's amazing what he has done. And Lucas Preek on 2 knees on the ice. He had to battle, but Lucas has now won 4 straight starts, as he is now 8-8 on the season. And you know it had to be tough for Preek, who was playing hurt. The backup was Jay Stevens, an emergency backup. As Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, now looking at Lucas Preek. His Grizzlies celebration a little bit subdued right now. But Utah is now tied for 4th place in the Mountain Division. And guy, you know, Lucas is playing hurt, but he played solid as he saw 14 shots in the third period, make that 15 shots. And he stopped them all as the Grizzlies secure a victory, 5-3 the final.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think Terran Pfizer had a fantastic game. He's probably the number 1 star, but I think Lucas Preek, in my heart, is the number 1 star. This guy, whatever he was battled through it through the majority of this game and ended up walking out of here with the win, stopping 36-39. He had himself a night, and I think without him, I don't know if the Grizzlies come away with the victory here.
Preek skating off the ice, being helped by Colin Lee like a prize fighter after a 15-round bout. But Lucas ended up victorious as he's now 8-8 on the season. That's a big victory for the Grizzlies, who are now tied with Allen for 4th place in the Mountain Division standings and just 1 point away from 3rd place as Kansas City lost tonight to the Florida Everblades. As Grisby has the flag at center ice, we'll just do the 3 stars here, as it was really a tough choice. I mean, it's no doubt who the number one star is. I mean, it's clearly, it's clearly Taryn Pfizer. Dylan Fitz got an assist on the empty net goal, 1934 into the third period. That means Fitz ended up with 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Andrew Nilsson had 2 assists. Cam Strong had a goal. Tyler Penner's goal to make it 4-3 as he scored 11:48 into the second period. That turned out to be the game winner, as Penner, I think, is going to be the third star tonight with the game-winning goal, and he's been the Grizzlies' Iron Man all year. He won a lot of face-offs. The Grizzlies really dominated the face-off battle in the first 2 periods of play. As Penner is the number 3 star, he gets a T-shirt. I don't know if there's anybody in the crowd to toss a T-shirt with. As obviously with the big snowstorm and the late start, starting at 8:30, crowd was sparse, but it was an energetic crowd. Andrew Nilsson with 2 first-period assists. He's the number 2 star of the game as he gets a T-shirt, and he'll toss it into section 114. Give it to a fan in the front row. The number 1 star of the game is Taryn Pfizer. Pfizer with 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists. He's the number 1 star of the game. Pfizer's going to toss the T-shirt. Where's he going to toss it, though? It's going to be towards the near side. Nilsson tossed it to section 114, but it looks like Pfizer's gliding towards section 112. He's going to toss it to a young one over in the front row. So it's the Grizzlies 5 and the Americans 3 as Utah comes away with the 2 standings points. And most importantly, it ended in regulation, so Allen gets nothing out of the night. And the Grizzlies, you think about being outshot in the third period by a wide margin, 13-6. But there wasn't a single penalty committed in the third period. And I thought the Grizzlies did a good job of having that combination of playing physical and yet playing discipline and staying out of the penalty box.
Yeah, Tyson, I really think that the Grizzlies played a solid game all around. I mean, the lapse in the second period was this. I mean, it was just the Grizzlies found themselves in some penalty trouble. And when you're on extended 5-on-3 for that long, I mean, there's only so much you can do. And I think after those 2 5-on-3s where the Americans got those 2 goals, they had all the momentum. And so the script just found it as the Americans were going to take that momentum and score and make it a 4-3 game, right? Because, of course, on a day like this, it was going to be a wild ending a wild game from start to finish. And so I think the biggest takeaway for me in this game is that the Grizzlies, while they played a complete game, I think this was the first time in a while where I've seen them where they've looked like a playoff team. And I think in a game against Allen where you're chasing in the standings, you're trying to make the playoffs and potentially pass Allen, pass Kansas City, whoever it may be, to get that spot. In a game like this, the Grizzlies came out and they played hard against a divisional opponent, and they really earned those 2 points. They looked like a playoff team to me tonight.
Grizzlies 5 and the Americans 3. Let's recap the scoring. Utah scored the first 2 goals of the game. They are now 15-3 when scoring first, and they are a perfect 9-0 when leading after 1 period. Taryn Pfizer scored on the power play. He is the Optum first goal of the game. Optum is putting you at the center of everything we do. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. So Taryn Pfizer is the Optum first goal of the game as he scored on the power play. 6:36 into the first period. Andrew Nilsson, Dakota Raby with the assist. I almost called my shot. My shot was Andrew Nilsson on the power play, scoring a goal. Well, Nilsson got an assist. He was 1 pass away from getting that. He should have just taken the shot himself. I would have been a genius there. But he gave it to Taryn Pfizer, and Pfizer scored a lot of goals in that similar fashion where they kind of isolate him on the right side, get him alone, and just outside the right circle just kind of fires that quick-looking shot that ends up having a lot of accuracy on it. Pfizer gave the Grizzlies a 1-0 lead as he is the Optum first goal of the game scorer. Dylan Fitz made it 2-0 as he scored from the left wing, his 13th of the year. He now has a point in 5 straight games. He actually has 10 points in his last 5 games. 10 points, 5 goals, and 5 assists in his last 10 contests. Nilsson and Jamison with the assists. So Nilsson with 2 first-period assists. Utah led 2-0, and they led 2-0 after 1. They outshot the Americans 13-10 in the first period. Grizzlies extended the lead 3:52 in as Cam Strong got his 9th of the year. Martell and Pfizer with the assists. So that's Pfizer's second point of the game, and then Pfizer assisted on Tyler Penner's goal to make it a 4-0 contest. As Penner, that turned out to be the game winner. He scored 11:58 into the game. Pfizer and Aaron Tho with the assists. And then things got interesting as Andrew Nilsson got a high-sticking double minor. The referee initially didn't call anything, and then Hank Crone, he was emphatic that he was hit with a high stick and that he drew blood. And so it was like he skated towards the bench, picked up a towel, just kind of showed that, hey, there's blood here. And then the referee and two linesmen talked it over, and they came out of that conference with Andrew Nilsson getting a double minor for high sticking. Well, 42 seconds into the double minor for high sticking, Keaton Jamison got a holding minor. And so that gave Allen a 5-on-3 power play. The Americans scored in the first half of the Nilsson double minor, and that was Colton Hargrove, 13:42 in, with Finley and Sossaman getting the assist. So after that goal, Allen stayed on the power play 5-on-3, and then they scored again as about 37 seconds later, 14-19, and Liam Finley scored his 25th of the year, Hargrove and Combs with the assists. So that knocked Jamison out of the box. Nilsson stayed in, and so Allen had a 5-on-4 power play, and then they scored their third power play tally of the second period as Hank Crone scored unassisted, his 26th of the year, or make that 28th of the year for Crone. And that was one where Perique was behind his net, tried to clear it out and hit something, and then puck just landed in his crease, and Hank Crone just put it away. And so just like that, 3 power play goals by Allen in the span of 1 minute and 30 seconds. And all of a sudden, a 4-0 Grizzlies lead turned into a 4-3 game. It stayed 4-3 through the remainder of the second period. Allen outshot Utah 15-6 in the third period, but the only goal was scored by Taryn Pfizer on an empty net from the right wing at neutral ice. Dylan Fitz picked up the assist, and so Taryn Pfizer had 2 goals, 2 assists, and was a +4. He also led Utah with 7 shots, and there's no doubt he was the best player on the ice. Dylan Fitz had 1 goal and 1 assist, and Andrew Nilsson had 2 assists. Tyler Penner had the game winner. Cam Strong also scored a goal, and Lucas Perique stopped 36 of 39, and he did so injured for the most part, as looked like Ryan Gagnon hit him with the skate in the face as Gagnon was just falling over and hit Perique, and so he was a little bit woozy, I imagine, for the second half of the game, but he did his job, and it didn't allow a 5-on-5 goal tonight as the Grizzlies come away with the 2 standings points, and they're now tied with Allen for 4th place in the Mountain Division as both teams have 49 points. And remember, Kansas City lost 4-3 tonight to the Florida Everblades. And so the Grizzlies are now 1 point away from 3rd place in the Mountain Division.
Well, thank you, Everblades, for defeating the Mavericks and making the Mountain Division playoff race so much closer. But I think in this game, and we talked about it in the open, was, okay, next man up mentality. No Cameron Wright. Who's going to step up? And we saw Taryn Pfizer have a fantastic game. Dylan Fitz, I also thought, played really well. And really all throughout the lineup, the Grizzlies had a really strong performance, and they did all without their leading scorer in Cameron Wright, which now is no longer their leading scorer, as Andrew Nilsson stepped up and got a few points here tonight. So now he's the Grizzlies' leading scorer. But strong performance by the Grizzlies here.
Yeah, Cameron Wright was out of the Grizzlies lineup. So was Johnny Walker, Zach Sekos, Corey Thomas, and we didn't see Victor Bartley out there tonight either. So the Grizzlies just had to continue to battle with what they had, and it was certainly good enough tonight, but they are missing some key forwards, and hopefully Cameron Wright, Zach Sekos, Johnny Walker, and the rest of those guys. Corey Thomas really had a good month of January, and Victor Bartley's that veteran leader on this club, and so missing those guys certainly hurt. I wonder about Perique's status for Friday. Remember, Trent Miner is up in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles now, and Garrett Metcalf earlier today was loaned to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers. So could the Grizzlies pick up a goaltender over the next couple days? Could it be Perique in net recovering? And hopefully he'll be okay for Friday, as the Grizzlies, for the first time in the 3-game series, wearing the Grizzlies Fight Cancer Weekend jerseys. Now, Grizzlies Fight Cancer Weekend presented by Mountain Land Supply Company will be Friday and Saturday, as there's 2 more games in this series. And remember, these are the top 2 penalty minute teams in the league, so it could be physical and could be a lot of fun. Remember, Friday is also an AFCU Friday, where tickets start just $8 and you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And so we got a lot of fun stuff happening here at Maverik Center. Now, Guy, the Grizzlies did not win the special teams battle. As Allen was 3 for 5 on the power play, Utah was 1 for 4. But the Grizzlies, like they did in the road trip, really won skating 5-on-5. That's what you like to see, is winning 5-on-5, and the Grizzlies have done that over the last 5 games.
Yeah, Tyson, and scoring 5-on-5 has become a little bit of a difficulty over the course of the season for the Grizzlies. There have been times where they just have struggled to score 5-on-5. So it's good to see that they're able to do that now, especially at this critical point in the season where they're fighting for a playoff spot. And as far as the special teams go, they got the power play goal to start the game, which kind of got them off and running. But the penalty kill probably needs to shape up a little bit. I mean, 2 of those goals were a 5-on-3, and the third one, they had a lot of momentum. I think on that Andrew Nielsen high sticking penalty, it's so weird to me, but I think I have a little more clarity now that I've thought about it a little bit, because some people in the YouTube comment section were talking, and they were talking about how, the linesmen will come in and they'll make a call if a referee doesn't see it. But the thing that perplexed me was the fact that it seems like everybody in the officiating crew had made a decision that we were going to play on. There was going to be no penalty. It wasn't the linesman that stepped in. It was Hank Crone himself that leaves the faceoff circle, goes to the bench, puts a towel to his face and says, "See, you see this? Look at blood. This. There's blood on my face. Give me a penalty." And I think it was the right call. I mean, obviously, there's blood on his face, and we saw him get high-sticked. I mean, the right call was made. I just don't think I've ever seen a play like that where the player himself was the one that called the penalty, essentially. So, crazy sequence there. But, I mean, the Grizzlies in this game, it was bend but don't break, okay? So, you had a 4-0 lead. Well, now it's just a 1-goal lead. But you bend and you don't break. And that third period was a strong defensive showing for the Grizzlies. And they found a way to survive and get those 2 standing points.
It's one of those where the linesman could step in and change a call. Why don't they do that more often? That's the thing is you don't see that very often. And it's like if the linesman sees something that the referee didn't, well, the linesman, I guess, has the authority to step in and suggest some things. But the thing is, you don't see linesmen in this league do that. And that's, I think that's what kind of made it, what it was. And I think that's why we were a little bit surprised to see it, because you don't see the linesman, talk the referee into saying, "Hey, you didn't see it, but that happened. So let's make the call right." I mean, if you saw it all the time and the linesmen were able to, influence some things, then, great. That's just part of the game. But the fact you don't see linesmen do that kind of made it a little bit interesting. And not only that, but to make it a 5-on-3 after Keaton Jamison, that was one of those penalties he'd like to have back, because obviously he was, Mallory was deep in his own zone. Like there was no way he was even influencing the play. Like Mallory was probably 190 feet away from the net he's trying to score in. So that's where, it's, you're talking about a penalty Jamison would obviously like to have back. They gave him a 5-on-3, and then, really the 3 power play goals changed the game. But I guess it just is what it is. Grizzlies still win 5-3.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I think the thing is the refs did make the right call. And I think them having that conference, I like to see them do that, is even though the call went against the Grizzlies, and, we don't like to see calls go against the Grizzlies, the right call was made. And the refs came together and they made that decision. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this across all sports. I think we first saw it in that infamous Celtics-Lakers game where there was the LeBron thing and the Tatum thing, and LeBron gets fouled, there's no call, and then the next day the official NBA referee's Twitter account, which I didn't even know existed, came out and said, "You know what, we were wrong. That should have been a foul. That should have been a penalty." And so that penalty probably would have won the game for the Lakers. So I think across all sports leagues, I think we're starting to see referees take more accountability for their calls, and also try and come together and make the right call, because they have an officiating team. I mean, it's not just up to one guy. I mean, there's multiple sets of eyes on the ice. So I think it's good that they're coming together and making the right decision.
Well, that's the latest into a time of day that the Grizzlies game has ended this year. As game itself went 2 hours and 17 minutes, but it started an hour and a half late, as 8:30 was the face-off time. Usually when local teams like either BYU or the University of Utah or the Jazz, when they play this late, they're on national TV. We didn't quite have the national TV spotlight on us tonight, but we saw a fun game as Utah won 5-3, and Taryn Fizer stole the show with 2 goals and 2 assists. Well, it's late. It's late, and I'm not sure if I even want to drive home. I might just go to section 114 in the suite and just sleep there tonight. Any final thoughts here before we head out?
Well, Tyson, let's wrap this thing up. It's way past both of our bedtimes. It's been a long day, crazy game. I don't know if I'm ready for any more surprises today. So I think we best just call it a night and look forward to the rest of these games here in this series against Allen.
It's past my bedtime in the first intermission. I don't know what you call it now, but I guess it is what it is. Once again, in 2 hours and 17 minutes in front of 2,972, who braved the weather and came on down to Maverik Center. They saw a good one as Taryn Fizer had 2 goals and 2 assists and a +4 rating as he stole the show. And Lucas Parikh was outstanding in net, stopping 36 of 39. Well, for Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. We'll talk to you on Friday night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.